Alright, folks, I am getting things set up for a very split second. I am almost ready, just getting up my D&D description for this episode. Usually I keep check marks for where we are, just so when we upload to the VOD, I have that ready. And dear goodness, I forgot where the D&D folder was. That is terrifying. So, I forgot to properly time last episode's one of the timestamps. Great. Man, it's been a weekend, let's just say that. I went camping and it was really far from where I lived, and so the drive was, guess what? 5 hours. A 5-hour drive back. I left at 11:45, and then by the end of it, it was like every 5 miles, like the last jaunt of like 50 or so miles was, crash or traffic or something. Alright, almost ready. I got the pre-campaign shenanigans, however you say it, tongue twister it. Here we go. Alright, folks, I got the setup here, and time to undeafen, and unfortunately Cetus will not be here this session or next session, so they will get the MIA icon above them. Alright, back into the action. Alright, I'm back.
Where the hell?
Hello.
Where the hell were you?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, okie dokie.
Let's launch this goddamn game. Okay.
Ah, yes. Indeed. It is about that time, I'd say.
Yeah.
It seems like a good time.
All right. Gonna do a little swoop-de-swoop. There we go.
Swoop, 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 swoop.
Oh, I did not even open the game. I was on the game window for the launch game window. Perfect. One step away.
Last time.
Dirk's alone in the lobby.
Hello? Where
Dirk
is
just sits there,
everyone?
has a ticket that says now serving 581, and there's number 3 on the board. And, hello.
Aw.
It's so sad here.
I can tell that my internet's not happy.
Your internet's not happy?
Unhappy.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh
It
no.
sounded like you cut off there for a second, so I think, yeah.
Exactly.
That's
That
how
is
the internet was not happy.
We will have to persevere. This will be a, sorry about the delay. We went to see a friend who came in from California for not so great reasons. Unfortunately, when they had a family member who passed away. But we don't get to see them very often, obviously, because they're out in California and we're out here in Hayseed. So it was nice to get with them and go to an udon ramen restaurant, and I had some udon. And I'm kind of regretting it because, man, that stuff sits like a brick in your stomach, and I had no idea.
Yep.
It is just like, man, those noodles are heavy. Oh, but got back, and we just a little bit of time to spare, but we had a little bit of scheduling and technical issues there. But hey, we're back up and running! Yay! Woo!
We're here.
Except for Cetus, but.
Wow.
Cetus is going to be absent for the next 2 sessions. However, I've already discussed with them what happens while they are gone. And let me tell you, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's a hell of a story. It'll be really good.
I told you, stuff is happening.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Really good. Like, I had my doubts at first, but boy howdy did
Here we go again.
Cetus really put on a good show. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll have to let them craft the narrative around that.
And when you say next 2 sessions, are you including this one, or is it this
Yes,
and the
including
next?
this.
Yeah. That would
Yeah,
be
this and the
including this
next.
one, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
To my knowledge, they haven't informed me of any changes as of yet, but I'm sure they'll keep me apprised.
Gotcha.
All right.
Watch them take over the entire other ship.
Yeah.
Just roll up in a warship. Just be like, hey guys,
It says, hey guys. I
look
checked
at
it out.
what
What
I
do you think?
found.
I borrowed another ship.
Yes. But welcome everyone to another episode of Tyranny of Dragons, the Cold Blood War, Rise of Tiamat. This is a 5e campaign with some homebrew added in. As you can see, some of the character races there are a little bit different than what you would normally see in the PHB, but you know what? We like to do things differently around here.
It's not cheating, it's bent rules, okay? God.
No humans allowed.
That's okay.
What are you gonna report us to the
The
GM
Human Coalition
Association?
GM Association.
The GM Association is just a tribunal of like Brennan Lee Mulligan, Matthew Mercer, and fucking Monty Martin from Dungeon Dudes, and he's the only nice one because he's the Canadian. And then
Oh my word.
Perfect.
shout out to Monty Martin from the Dungeon Dudes, the Dungeons of Drakkenheim, really good podcast. Listening to it, it's a great time. Anyway, we, on the other hand, are going to be playing into some Rise of Tiamat here, and just kind of go through and introduce everybody. But in the background there, you can hear Adrian von Ziegler being played. Adrian is a wonderful musician that allows people to use their music online. You can follow them on Bandcamp, on Spotify, on YouTube, even on Patreon if you want to throw them a couple of dollars. Just help a guy out, maybe. But thank you, Adrian. We appreciate you. And then introducing our players. We have playing Ratu Marzz, the half-dragon sorcerer, Ethan.
It's heckin' cold, man.
That the exact opposite of how it actually is, to my understanding. How many air conditioning units do you need at the moment to keep it, moderate?
All of them.
Luckily, we
All
had
one
a
that I
decent
have.
one, but it tended to fail a couple months ago.
Oof.
We had to get it
Oh.
fixed. So
Here's hoping it holds.
it should. I think it was just a drainage issue, really.
I'm just gonna call your AC unit Hodor. Hold the door.
I have my ceiling fan on 24/7 almost. So
But then we're playing Cambro, the Bearfolk Paladin / Warlock. We have Tazel Sixpaws.
This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Everything is fine.
Everything's totally okay. Don't worry about it.
Everything's good.
Everything's great. Playing Arai Ghul, the Tigerfolk Wizard, we have Saku Darkfang.
Can be colder.
Playing Bastion, the Wolverine Folk Barbarian, we have Dirk the Panda.
This is convenient. Right.
And then playing Master Wei, the Dragonborn Sorcerer Bard, we have Yao.
Does anyone want tea?
Maybe.
Is it iced tea?
As it turns out.
Immediately, yes, it is.
surprise, surprise.
What do you think about popsicles?
How about
Only
tea
the
sickles right there?
spirits can say.
Oh my word.
Oh my god, green tea popsicle. That sounds almost good.
Almost.
I might have to experiment with that. Anyway, when last we left our adventurers, Ratu, the half-dragon sorcerer, Cambro, the Bearfolk paladin, Master Wei, the dragonborn bard, Barai, the tigerfolk wizard, Ashen, the wolverine folk barbarian, and Poi, the otter latine roguelock, They're the only ones who's half and half, actually, so it feels right to mention both. Anyway, our party was spread across Waterdeep, carrying on with their lives when they were disrupted by the low rumble of what was later learned to be the Drakehorn, an ancient draconic artifact. Ratu, Cambro, and Master Wei weathered the politics of the Sword's Coast only to be denied their resources, then met up with Arai and his mentor, a tiefling woman named Rednaval Ghoul, as well as Bastion on loan from the Order of the Gauntlet. There they learned that the Drakehorn was being used to call the dragons, but to where was unknown. Rednaval explained that her sister and fellow Arcane Brotherhood member, Makath, was last seen on a mission to find the Drakehorn, and she believed it was in the Sea of Moving Ice, far north. Makath had left on the mission 3 years before, but has been out of contact for approximately 6 months. While Rednaval disagreed, the Brotherhood believed that she may have been killed by a white dragon in the area known as Arathator, the Old White Death. With a few options on travel, Poi saw an opportunity to make a profit, having listened in on the conversation unnoticed, offering up his services as a sailor with a small boat that could traverse the dangerous waters for a price. Through some awkward negotiations, with threats and promises sprinkled in, the group came together at the harbor almost immediately that night and set out on a less than legally acquired sailboat to the Sea of Moving Ice. After a few days navigating the sea, they found that another ship was in the area searching for something as well, one owned by the Eldreth Valuthra, one of the cult's allies. Looking at having to abort the mission, the stubborn and spiteful Poi offered to run interference to give them cover to continue the search on foot. As the others jumped off onto an ice floe and Poi carried on to be a fly in the ointment of elves, we now join our adventurers, Sans one member, as they begin to comb the northern wastes for any sign of Makath or the Drakehorn. So, before you is a massive expanse of icebergs and ice floes spreading into the sea. The sky is a pure blue and white. Clouds flit across like frightened rats running from the winds. Speaking of which, the winds are strong and cold, and they cut deep into any clothing that is not made for winter. Luckily, all of you have stocked up on winter clothing, so that will be good for you. You will find out.
Yeah.
Better be.
So as you move off of the ice floe, you can see the small sailboat zip off into the Sea of Moving Ice and disappear behind the ice floes and icebergs. A few minutes go by and you can hear alarms faintly in the distance. Seems Poi has begun his distraction. So, you basically have two choices for how you want to proceed. You can go along the icebergs and ice floes, just traveling along those. Or you can go across further inland, but that would require having to know kind of which direction you would want to go in, so you may have to do a little bit of investigation to find a good direction.
Would survival be accounted into this?
I would say you can roll survival, yes.
Okay.
Let's roll the day.
Oh,
That was almost on it.
I was like, ah.
Told you, first roll.
I took the bullet. Don't worry.
Ratu, it's freaking cold up here. Really cold. It's hard to tell if there's anything that's even alive up here, honestly.
I know one thing.
Cambro's
Definitely a place where artifacts would be held.
Cambro remembers that we basically have to go north. So he's watching the boats do their thing, and he just lets out a sigh and says, Not the start I was hoping for. But give me strength. And he's going to cast guidance on himself.
Awesome.
And he is also going to attempt to find where north is, probably via survival.
All right, go for it.
Is there a quick roll for the D4 here that I am seeing? No, but I can just roll that separately. Survival roll. And excellent.
Not bad.
21. All right. Yeah, that's really good, actually. As you are looking about the area, just looking out into the skies and out into the distance of the ocean, you start seeing a patch of birds off far to the northeast. They're circling around a spot, a very large, wide circle. It could mean that there is a kill there or some kind of settlement maybe that would attract scavengers, but there seems to be something in that direction.
He points to the flock of birds and addresses everybody. So at least something is happening over there, but it might be able. We might be able to find somebody else out who might be living out here. Maybe somebody who might be able to give us another ride. I'm not sure, but it's better than just sitting here, I would say. And he
How
looks at
distant?
everybody nervously.
Worth an
How
attempt.
distant are the ships?
Arai just looks up at the direction for the birds and just look back at Cam. I mean, it's better than going in a random direction. So, yeah, lead on.
Does it appear to be north from what he knows about, like, the position of the sun, if he can see it at all?
As stated, yes, it was northeast.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good.
Seems northeast, so I think it's
How
direction-ish we want to go.
How distant are the ships, and how distant is this block?
As far as the only ships that were visible recently were just the sailboat that you came in on and the warship that was in the distance. The
Are we
warship had
still
not
on
noticed
the ice
you.
flow?
Yeah, at the moment, yes.
Okay. Wherever we may go, we must find cover. Soon. Let us make haste.
Cambro will then mount up on top of Craggs if he will allow it. And because actually Craggs has, nice clawed feet, might actually be able to get better traction. It's a thought.
Craig seems up to it, ready to run through the snow and have some fun.
We're on a mission now, Craggs, and let's wait on the fun until we can make sure that we survive.
Okay.
Love it. I love it.
Having
but
fun
he mounts
there.
up on top. No, but trying to see the positive side. Let's go towards those birds, and he will have Craggs move forward towards the birds and lead everybody, making sure that he keeps everybody in sight. Doesn't go too far ahead.
And I will follow behind, probably in the back.
Yeah, Ratu will keep to the middle-ish area.
We will do the same somewhere centrally. He uses his staff to help gain balance and traction in this snow drift.
And Arai will use his cane for the same reason as he follows.
All right. So as you do come up towards the edge of this ice floe, there is a gap that spreads between this one and the next one. The drop between the two is less than a foot, but it's about a 10-foot gap from one to the other. With a good running start, you could probably do it, unless you have a smarter way to get across. Also, I apologize. The music bot is not working, and I don't have time to troubleshoot it, so might be a little
Candace,
quiet in
no.
the background.
It's okay.
Okay, Candace.
Ratu will, I believe, let's see if I can use shape water to create some sort of bridge. Let's see.
Way can do the same thing, and I was thinking of that same solution.
Well,
thinking
how about
something
you
different.
post the spell in the chat, and I will look at it to see if that is something that you could do. Within a
Thing is,
5
it
foot.
talks about
You can freeze the water provided that there are no creatures in it. You can have
That's-
no more than 2 of non-instantaneous effects active at a time. So, depending on how far this is, we could make a bridge together.
It's a 10-foot gap, so 5 foot would shorten it just a bit.
We can just make it. We can make it wider so that the mount can go through too.
I would say between the two of you, you could probably make a sluice of water with one, and then freeze it up immediately, making a little bit of a bridge across. Sure.
If
Are you
Cambro is
thinking the
noticing
same
them,
thing I am?
looks like it.
Let's put our powers to good use.
let our powers combine.
Shape of water. Huh. Okay. So
Cambro is noticing what they're doing, and he offers, "Do you need me to try to melt some of the ice? I can." And he holds out his hand, and there's this little of a little flame that appears into it. I can do that if you need, if that would help.
Ratu glances over at Master Way and, well, sure.
More water, more ice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Well,
has a grin. He has a smile. It's like, I'm helping. Okay. He will throw the produce flame at whatever the 2 dragon folk or half dragon folk, as it were, indicate for him.
All right. So yeah, I'd say working together, going back and forth with a little bit of heat, little bit of ice, make a nice simple bridge, kind of leading you from one to the other.
Excellent.
This is working out.
Excellent. Everybody, if you want to cross, just give me this will be an athletics or acrobatics check with advantage because you have a bridge.
Yay.
Okay.
Be careful. It's still slippery.
Don't tell me what to do.
All right.
Just be
Well,
careful, my
perfect.
friend.
I'm so ready for it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for this.
Oh, there it is. All right.
Nice.
Well, athletics.
What a relief.
How useful.
I'm going to still be on Craig's, and I'm going to pat his side and say, Bahamut believes in you, my friend. Let's do it. I'm going to cast guidance on him.
Okay.
And I don't see he has athletics, so I guess will be just a
Strength check, yeah.
strength check. I don't see an advantage option here in this. So I'll just roll it twice. Or
May I cast
For you?
There you go.
guidance upon myself as well and do this?
Yeah, sure.
I love guidance. It's so rad.
Oh my god.
Oof.
Oh.
This is
Oh.
why I cast guidance, I guess.
Roll that d4.
Master. Whee!
And it's fine. I just don't want to use spells if I don't need to, but I guess I will.
So that's going to be a 9. Okay. Well. As you are all able to cross the path one by one, some of you with more dexterity than the others. Ratu just practically like sliding down like Iceman in fucking X-Men. Just then in comes Crag's doing just fine as well with Cambro on their back, and then it's Master Way's turn, and they take one step, and you know, sometimes you're just not used to it. You don't have your foot in the right spot. You just have your weight shifted in the wrong way, and just whoop, as feet go out from underneath them, and they land on the onto the bridge itself, and start sliding down. I'm gonna need a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
Ouch.
I thought I was going to fall, which would actually have been easier. Here we go.
We love the hardest option.
Dexterity. Oh wait. Nope. Hold on. Nope. Okay. Well, whatever. First
22 is good.
Yeah.
As you slide off the edge, but you get your claws right into the ice and just keep yourself from going off into the water and just hanging there for the moment.
Ratu will step over and attempt to help Way up.
Alright, well, assist as well.
All right. Both of you give me athletics checks.
Oof, 7.
17.
All right.
Side.
I'm going to say that, Ratu, you're able to lift Master Way up enough that they're able to scramble up. And Arai, you know, you helped.
You were there.
I did a thing.
You were there.
Master,
you showed up.
Well, that
Way
went
feels
awry.
the dragon kinship increased by 1 point. He grunts as he gets up with Ratu's help. Ah. Thank you. It was indeed slippery.
Right.
Ratu,
Are you okay?
Nothing too serious.
Ratu flashes a quick grin at Master Way and says, "Best to heed your own advice sometimes."
Dragon kinship goes down by 1 point.
Perfectly balanced.
All right.
Okay.
As with the slip taken care of and everybody now on to the next ice flow, you continue on and continue on traveling to the northeast still, to the sign of life as it was. And going from there on does require a bit of effort or teamwork to get past some of the rough spots, but soon, after about an hour or two of travel, you know, just coming into midday, you find this large expanse of ice, much larger than an ice floe, and with several ridges and valleys seemingly cut by the gusts of the ice-laden wind that constantly blows in. And as you move on to the larger tracts of ice, the rest of the travel for the day is largely uneventful, as this ground is more solid, less slippery, has more snow on it, so you're actually able to get a little bit of traction as you're moving forward. And those of you who have winter gear, you have snowshoes included with your winter gear, so there you are.
Woo. Nice.
So, Foy was the only one who didn't actually have proper winter gear, and seems that they are not going to be bothered by that, so
Oh, darn.
everybody else is doing just fine.
Hey.
I hear otters do like ice. You like all the nice chunks, right?
Just running along and just sliding. Just but increasing in
slide.
speed, never slowing down.
Oh god.
Just go in like
Ignore
just
gravity.
hit with like the speed of a cruise missile.
Ignore
Terminal
resistance.
velocity?
Oh man.
The missile knows where it is.
But yes, as you are traveling through this new environment, it's, despite the sun still being out, there is a strain of travel that finally catches up to you all and just brings you to a stop next to a large ice shelf that creates a natural cover from the wind. Wouldn't probably make a good spot to rest and do some attentive healing if needed, or any kind of planning, or maybe prep for food, whatever you're in the mood to do. But now would probably be a good time to do it.
Ratu will clear out a spot and begin casting a ritual spell. And however long, I don't know. It should only take 11 minutes to cast, but in the meantime, that's what he's doing.
How many people are free?
I mean,
Vince, what's everybody up to?
Name me.
Horizon's pretty much not doing nothing. He's checking a pouch that's on his hip to make sure nothing got broken when he fell.
I just take a quick
Approximate-
once. Yeah, I just take a quick once over of my stuff, and then just look at my claws after that.
I think Cambro would just be tending to himself and Crags right now, just making sure that they're comfortable and whatnot. Maybe trying to see if there's a way to start a fire, although wood around here may be kind of scarce.
Actually, I don't have the funds for this. Never mind. I had a plan, and that plan was dashed by money.
We need
The root of all evil.
money.
You need money. You must construct additional pylons.
Is there a way that Cambro can start a fire?
Do you have anything that could serve as fuel?
Alright, would go through his chest and he pulls out a flask of oil and some tinderbox.
That'd be enough to get a fire started, but to
We need
sustain it,
fuel.
We
you're
need
gonna
some
fuel.
wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need fuel.
Something. Yeah.
Real quickly,
I'm afraid.
Are we making
No.
camp? Is that what we're doing then?
I mean, do
Well,
you
I'm
wanna
pretty
stay
tired.
warm?
So.
I'm asking you if we're staying here because I missed it. Are we
Well,
staying?
even
here?
if
I'm-
even if it's just a short rest, this is you're still in a hazardous environment, so making a camp is not a bad idea.
That's fair.
Is it nighttime?
That's the thing. You can't really tell.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's
okay.
further up
It's
north.
really bright. You realize that the sun hasn't really moved that much, even though you're fairly certain that you've been moving for hours.
Can we
I don't
tell
know what
the
time it is, but I'm tired.
with a survival check?
I can say, how would one be checking the time? You have you
Feeling.
with feeling, with emotions. No, I'm imagining, are you using like shadows and such to try
Well,
to determine?
Firstly, an understanding of sort of the timetable in which we got here, and having that sort of sense, I suppose.
Okay. Well, you have been on the water for several days before making it to the Sea of Moving Ice, and this was your first day here. That's when you were basically realized that, oh, somebody's looking for us, or at least somebody who is looking for people like us is here. So that you guys been traveling for, as far as like an exact time frame, not sure, but it definitely feels like it should be at least a few hours in, so mid-afternoon, evening perhaps. But as far as an exact time frame, I would say it's going to be survival at disadvantage, just because of the fact that it's you can't just do the normal stick in the ground, use the shadow, because this is much further north and the sun doesn't move in the same direction.
And we don't have any sticks.
Sure we do. We
Anything.
have some staves.
Anything can be a stick if you just try hard enough.
Oh,
I have
great,
one
kindling,
idea.
crack.
I have one idea, but it's gonna waste a spell slot. Staying out of character. But considering we don't really have any like way to keep a fire going at the moment.
No.
Correct?
At the moment, probably not.
All right then. How's everyone positioned, by the way? Like, are we in a circle? Are we bundled up?
Well, there was an
Well,
ice shelf.
There was
Most
a
likely
shelf
it
that
might
was,
be under
up. Yeah.
might be in a line underneath it.
What ritual is being cast?
Well, I'm gonna say that time has passed for it. A green dome will appear around Ratu, obscuring him from the view of everyone else.
As you know, that Ratu has moved further away from the rest of everybody, and has constructed a dome around him.
I see. So
He-
you're doing the same thing except selfishly. I was going to say that if there was nothing else to do, Wei could do the same thing. But he would instruct as many people as he could to stay within range. And because he's also been doing it on the ship before.
Yeah, this was the same thing that he'd been doing while we've been going, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
To which you note, actually, that Ratu had rarely actually taken advantage of that. And now you start to see why, because he could just do it himself.
Regardless.
I guess you're staying in your own little dome then. Ratu.
They wouldn't be able to really hear me if I said anything right now.
No, but you could stick your head out.
Yeah, I could. Which he does. And y'all
So
were
you like a disembodied head.
yeah. Okay, y'all were taking your time over there. Sorry. Head goes back in.
Dana, quick out of character question.
Yeah.
If I summon something, do I control the size, or do they have their own pre-made size?
Usually, if you are summoning something, they have a specific size determined by their token.
Okay.
Well,
I'm curious what you would be. Oh. I can tell you right now, if you did that, it would be funny, but you're gonna regret it.
even if I summon multiple of them and they be smaller.
You could do it. You can do it if you wanted to, but it just would be it would be a pretty high price for that.
Okay, thank you for the warning.
Yeah.
So I got nothing.
Okay. No, the
Canberra will.
I was going to say that you all have experienced the dome before. That it does make a comfortable living space. It's warm enough, and it's not it's not too dry or too humid. It's just right. It's just basically a 10-foot half dome tent made of magic.
Canberra will take Canberra will take Yao up on the offer, and wherever the dome goes, since Crags cannot fit in, he's going to have Crags just like lay outside the dome, like at the edge.
Technically, Crags just takes up space of 4 medium creatures.
Is that good enough for him to be in there?
a strange. Here, you can read the description. It is
'Cause it does say
unfortunate that
space for 9. Yeah.
it's an unfortunate description, but this is also
Yeah.
D&D 5e.
9 creatures
So-
of
This is-
medium size or small. Yeah.
I would say that's Dana's call then, whether or not Krags could fit in with Poi not being here and Ratu being Ratu in his own little dome.
I'm gonna say that it's gonna be tight, but it'll be cozy. So yeah.
Importantly,
Okay,
Oh, go ahead.
Craig, if there's room, Krags would like to join in because it's nice and warm in there, and he does not want to be
Okay.
cold.
All right, we'll just follow.
Importantly, Wei tries to find the place which has the most like seating, basically. That's potential for everybody, and have them stand around for about like 11 minutes. Mostly because they need to be part of its casting. Wei is not allowed to move outside of the dome, but everyone else can if they feel like going in and out.
Okay.
So
That's
you
pretty
have
cool.
free
Nice.
motion.
I mean,
Wei keeps it
yes.
in line with the kind of environment, makes it not stand out as much. So he, it's almost like a strange psychic ritual as talismans fly out from his hands and create a surface which become white, just like the snow around it. People seem to be able to enter in and out, and when they're inside, they can just see with perfect clarity, but outside it's fully opaque.
And it is a lovely temperature. It's nice and cozy, perfect degrees inside.
all right. I'm already setting up my sleeping grounds. Yeah, thanks.
Cambro
This is comfortable.
stretches and says, "Thank you, Mr. Wei. I'm dying to get this off." And you all see him like reach up and like push an inset jewel in his plate armor, and his plate armor just falls off. Oh, that
All
feels
the
so
pots and
good.
pans falling out of the cabinets.
Talk about weight training.
Insert the steel pipe meme.
Well, that was a fast way to undress.
Oh yeah, it was a gift from the temple, actually. I think they called it cast-off armor, but they said there's going to be times if you like fall into water, and he like looks around as we're like surrounded by water, and it's hard to swim with this on. So if I needed to get rid of it, I could pretty quickly, but I just, boy, it feels so good to get that off. Getting
This
it back
is
on
but
though.
a brief respite. We must consider what we are doing. We should use
Well,
this
don't
time
worry.
wisely.
If anyone's hungry, I have berries.
I could use some food.
Yeah,
Kemmer will hold out his hand and berries appear. Have one.
Oh, thank you. And he'll happily take it before taking a nibble of it.
Crag's muzzle just reaches over, and his long tongue just reaches out, grabs a berry, and pulls it in.
Just one, Craig. That's all you need.
Oh,
Just one, big guy.
fine.
Save some for the others, and he will go ahead and distribute them out as anyone wishes. And he will poke his head out of Wei's dome and like call over to Ratu. Ratu, do you want a berry for food? It'll keep you. Just offering.
Ratu's head pokes out. If you're offering, then sure.
He'll go over from Wei's dome to Ratu's dome. and he will offer a berry to him.
So, really weird interaction here. Let us read the next part of this spell.
Hmm? It's-
Creatures and objects within the dome, when you cast a spell, can move through it freely. All other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it.
Mhm.
Yep.
So I guess you can eat
Yeah.
it outside, ish.
Yeah, he can decide if there's things that he wants to let in.
Can you decide that? Okay.
Yeah, it's just that the people who get the benefit of the hut have to be part of the ritual itself. But if you wanted to just like go out and grab something and bring it in, that's considered, you know, a workaround.
It can be amended.
Yeah.
As Cam is handing the berry over to Ratu will kind of in a hushed tone say, "Forgive me. I don't mean to seem selfish. I have my reasons. I do hope you can understand why I chose to do this."
I don't understand, but I know that everyone's desires and everyone's feelings and their beliefs need to be respected. So if you do as you wish, I won't judge you. As long as it doesn't hurt the rest of us or innocent people.
Well, kind of looks around. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of innocence around, so I don't think I need to worry about that.
Well, I can't speak to them. But seem okay to me. I'm not getting any. The only one that I got a bad vibe from left on the ship, so I think the rest of us are reasonably okay. I'm hoping.
It is.
Anyway, enjoy your berry.
Thank you.
And he'll leave Ratu be and go back to Waytown.
During this time, in Way scour sort of like his memory and kind of quote unquote commune with the spirits regarding any knowledge of this area, specific knowledge, including who might live here, if there are any communities.
Yes, I would say so. I would say that would fall under either history or performance for you. Whether you can find music that might be related to this area or might know some stories or some tales.
You will try a guidance. Let's try performance first.
Nice.
I'll add the d4.
Because why not?
Who knows?
Hey.
Okay.
So 23. Okay. So you're very familiar with all types of music from around the world, really. And you've come to notice that in the northern areas, there are a lot of things that have a lot of commonality. Things that are easier to maintain in the cold. Things that may be a little bit easier to come across, more natural ingredients, leather and gut and bone as well, versus things like made of wood and whatnot. So there's a lot of drums, a lot of strings, and as you're thinking about this music, it kind of comes together, and you recall the story of a musical rendition that you had heard in a some tavern somewhere a long time ago, and there was a folk song being played that had this deep bassy drum line to it, and you can still hear it in the back of your head, and it had this really haunting almost string element to it. And after speaking with the performer, they had told you that it was of a group of people known as the Uliak, or the Ice Hunters, from the northern wastes. So there is actually some historical precedence of there being people in this area, though maybe not in your immediate vicinity.
Knowing of their name and identity now, can he roll a history to attempt to learn more
See if you've read
information?
anything. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, sure. I'd say go ahead and roll history.
Would I be able to do that with advantage or no?
I'm going to say not with advantage now.
Okay. Can I do it with advantage now?
Ah,
There we
well.
go.
You know what? If you wanted to spend the slot, yeah, absolutely.
We're spending the slot.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
Good thing.
Good thing I rolled advantage.
You don't know if the Uliak themselves, the Ice Hunter name is kind of a catch-all for a lot of different tribes, but they do have a lot in common that you've noted. There, most of them are hunters, in that they use a canoe essentially made of skins to get out into the ice waters and to hunt for fish, as well as other small game that might be swimming about in the waters, like seals or even maybe whales if they can catch something that big. But as far as knowing much more specific things about them, unfortunately, no. Just that they're
Alright.
your typical kind of hunter-gatherer tribe.
Well, he's on this train. We will continue with more inquiries about, I guess, the nature of nature in here. What can we expect from the weather? And any other resources that would be in this area. By the way, the entire time while he's doing this, he seems to have set himself down somewhere comfortable within the space, and he seems to be in a bit of meditation. From his belongings, he has pulled out a sort of scroll-like length of paper and a bamboo implement that can be dipped into some ink. He has kept that ink kind of inside of his clothing to try and keep it warm so it doesn't freeze. Even if he does, maybe a little scraping here and there, just to keep it. It's not there for fanciful lettering. He just literally wants to keep notes, to make sure he doesn't forget.
All right.
So let's do a little nature. Let's think. What's here, nature wise. Woo! Okay. Okay.
Have some
Nature's
16.
Is that special?
No, double 17s.
All the way.
So you are fully aware that this is this is an Arctic wasteland.
Mhm.
You're not going to be finding a lot of scavengeable food. It's going to be hunting, fishing, and probably stealing from other kills if that comes up. Hopefully you don't have to do that, because that would mean probably getting involved with some other wild creatures out there. As far as weather-wise, it's going to be cold. It's probably going to snow at least a couple of times while you're here. As far as if it will get much colder, probably not. It's probably about as cold as it's going to get at the moment, at the least. At night, it will definitely get really cold outside, but you'll be in your bubble, so.
At night, you say?
Well,
So we can figure out when it's nighttime, when it's super cold.
as far as the sun will go down eventually, just not for very long.
He informs the current allies around him of these revelations of the people that are potentially here and what they will have to do to survive. They will have to hunt or fish. If they were to find, if they need more food, of course, he's well aware of the spell Goodberry, and that kind of solves a lot of our current food issues. But if the worst comes to worst and we need resources in some way, it's gonna have to be from animal sources.
Dana, can you write out the name of the people that you've told Way about? So
The
we
name
could
of the people.
Yeah. If
Yes.
Way is sharing this with us, I just wanted to know what it looks like.
Let's see here. I want to make sure I get this spelling correct. Oh, I just had it. Where did it go? Here it is. Yeah. Uluik. So Uliak.
Got it. Thank you.
Way inquires, mayhaps any of you have heard Unik?
Not at all.
No.
The-
No.
These are likely the people that we would be finding if they are indigenous to this land.
Well, you seem pretty learned. How much do you know about them?
Only as much as I have told you. These are far away
Hmm.
from my home.
Well, they never came up in my training or studies, so news to me. But we'll keep an eye out for them. Hopefully, we can find them and maybe get their help.
I am mostly concerned with being able to show that we do not mean them harm.
Saku.
I
Yep.
I am sending you something in Discord chat.
All right.
It is up to you how you reveal this to your group. But this is a message that you will receive.
Well, you and Ratu seem pretty good with the politics in the palace. So I figure that if anybody should be speaking, it would probably be one of you two. And you'd be able to let people know that we don't mean them any harm. Pretty sure if we
Perhaps.
don't draw our weapons and don't be aggressive, that would be a good start.
Aggressive.
He kind of shifts his eyes a little bit towards Bastion when he says that. Only because he has seen or heard his grumblings, but otherwise, nothing much.
Speaking of which, if we are going to talk to them, I'm not certain if we are capable but I know of a way to
Well,
bridge
good.
the gap between communication. However, I will need some help.
As he's listening to you guys talk, he grunts a little bit as he's listening to something. Okay. My Rindeville just sent me a message. According to Makas's last message, apparently going towards a giant iceberg, something like that, the size of a mountain.
Can we see any giant icebergs from where we are?
There's been several that you have passed by. None that could be described as mountainous.
Is there a famous giant iceberg mountain?
He will
Iceberg Mountain.
he will send a message back going, does the message state which direction the giant iceberg goes?
I love that question is it's a bit of a weird question because the direction that McCath needed to head in order to find it may not be anywhere near related to where you are needing to go to find it. So like direction doesn't really matter in that sense because you don't have anything to relate it to. Like, because you don't know where she was heading from.
That's why I'm asking if there are any famous giant icebergs from explorers or stories from explorers who have tried to chart or name anything up here.
Just the you don't know the name of it. Just there was a mention of the ice caverns that the old White Death inhabited.
Okay.
Could be a mountain.
Apparently, the fellow tracks to lead to it, but
You know, if we find any of these Uliok, they might know.
But specifically, if you look at that message, what it says, it does give you a valuable hint towards it.
All right, one second.
Okay. While you're figuring that out, Way reiterates that he does need
Like you could just recite the whole message if you want to. You don't have to
Okay, sorry.
obfuscate it or anything.
I'm looking through Brotherhood's notes. Makov's last message points towards a giant iceberg, mountain size. She and her crew followed tracks that lead to it.
tracks.
Can we see if there's any tracks to follow? Actually, no. It probably covered.
Probably not now. Maybe in the morning.
But from what you can tell, it seems that this giant iceberg, this mountainous iceberg, has people that travel to it. Because McCath and her crew are following them. So, yeah, you have a point with the Uliak. If you find one of them, they might be able to point you in the right direction.
So we find people. We might be able to find somebody who has been to this giant iceberg.
That would be my guess as well. I mean, it's the only other lead we
Is
have
that
at
where-
the moment.
And that's where McCoth thinks that Arathar words are hard. Arathartor is. Sorry, I don't speak Draconic. I it's really hard to pronounce those words.
It's from the last message that was apparently from her. So if that is where she's going, there's a chance that is where it's going to be. We just have to find these folks to give us a direction.
If we keep finding proof of hunting, then I think we can find them. Master Wei said that they were hunters. So
Hunters, yes.
yeah, stands to reason, I think, that find the Uliok. Uliok help us find the big iceberg. Yeah, things are looking up.
Once again, we must make sure that we can communicate with them. If you have not been far away from the Sword Coast, you may not know how different languages may be. But we can gather some help. To do so, I need some volunteers.
Well, I'll help. What do you need?
I'll go as well.
I merely need you to sit with me in meditation. I need you to open your mind to the whispers of the spirit world.
Is it gonna hurt?
Barely, but I am here.
I mean, with the way you think, maybe.
Alright, he's gonna just
Anyway,
calm his position and shut his eyes to focus on the
he
meditation.
begins to do basically a ritual. This long thing,
This
and
thing.
This is a class ability, and this is one of the things I really liked about the Spirit Bard. It's really interesting.
And doing so, he temporarily learns tongues for the entire day.
Does that take away anything from us, or is it just
Nope.
you're using
I just need
our minds
participants.
as like spiritual batteries?
I need you to help be mediums for the spirits, yes.
Okay.
Well, I
The
was told I
more
was
I
rather
can
large,
get-
but I would try to be a medium, sure.
Ah, what a joke. I almost laughed.
Gotta jump.
Anyway.
Alright.
Then what's a medium then if it's not about size?
It's another way to say a channeler of energy.
Oh. He starts to ask another question, but then he just like closes his muzzle. And
Just,
okay.
Just
Yeah, but
just follow my lead, Cambro.
you got it. You got it.
I wish there was an easier way to put temporary spells instead of spells, but here we go.
I know what you mean.
And just
Yeah.
and just to save on time, he'll just guide to just sit cross-legged, hands in the lap, and just
Mm-hmm.
shut the eyes and just tell him to pretty much calm yourself and just let your mind be free.
Funny enough, with Arai, when they start to meditate and go into letting their mind be free, they become so still. They're almost like a corpse. They're not moving. They barely look like they're breathing.
Your technique is quite masterful.
He doesn't say anything.
I mean, in Wei's mind, it is a masterful because masters of meditation can look like they are quite dead.
Do I look like that when I'm a medium?
I
don't know.
Okay, Wei looks. How do you fidget? Do you?
Yeah, of
Do you
course.
kinda get
Of course,
distracted?
Cambro fidgets. He's nervous.
Okay. Then Wei looks and goes, "No,
Just no.
no."
Oh, good. Okay, good.
Bastion rolls his eyes.
Yeah, Bastion's just like, look at these weirdo spell people over here.
Yeah, your meditation and thinking.
But as you go on this spirit session and start to reach out and get a glimpse of the kind of spirits that have touched these people, the lives of these people, and for a majority of them, they're very good spirits with a lot of interesting knowledge and a lot of good intentions around them. For a split second, you hear the sound of a disturbing grumbling, but it fades so quickly that you almost have to wonder if it was just some random angry spirit. But it passes quickly without much notice. But yes, you learn tongues as a temporary spell for the rest of the day.
Yay. How do I demark this so I know to remove it?
On the spell itself, there's actually the cog. You can actually change the name if you want to, or
Yeah. I mean, I've been changing them. Yeah.
there you go.
That's just like a long time to do that, but it's okay.
Unfortunate, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Alright,
hey,
just
handy
breeze.
spell to have.
Before we all bed down for the night, Canberra would like to do one more thing. How far away is Ratu from our dome? About 20 feet or so?
Probably close. I'd say closer to like maybe 15 feet. Like your domes are almost touching, but they're not touching. 'cause
Okay.
That
would be weird.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
So assuming that we're like against the shelf or something like that with the dome or like part of it, Canberra would like to select an area about 20 feet in cube, and he's going to grab his shield and hold his holy symbol of Bahamut, and there's going to be like a slight shimmering over that as he will cast the alarm spell.
Ah.
Unfortunately, he does not do it by ritual. Can't. But he will. He will go ahead and cast that. So let me just put that out there for everybody.
All right.
We'll make it an audible so that if something happens that Ratu also might hear, just wherever it is most likely that if somebody was to approach, that they would get caught in that. And of course, he excludes everybody that is currently here from triggering it.
All right. Cool. So, as you
I
all,
was-
mm-hmm.
Oh, I was just, I wasn't certain that we would actually be resting now, but it was still. This was like.
Well, I
kind of a
said
break.
before we rest. I said before we rest.
Well, it's up to you if you want to continue on. You can keep going. However, it will be. You're not certain if you can guarantee if there will be good shelter available to you, other than the domes, of course.
Yeah.
And then
This is
also, if you do go out further in, sun will eventually set. So that is, again, another concern for you as well, if that is something to consider. But if you do want to keep going, you can. If you want to take a short rest and gather up any other kind of benefits that you could gather and then go out searching more, be my guest, yeah.
Well, let's say, okay. With this in mind, Wei suggests that they can take an early break today and sort of watch how watch the time, how the sun moves, as well. And just keep formulating a plan until it's, what is considered the next morning.
Are you
But in the
staying up all
morning,
night?
he will need his participants do the ritual again to get the spell back, because the spell goes away when a long rest is initiated. That's it. Or the spirit session.
Yeah. But it is something that can be done again.
Yeah. Easily.
Cambro took off his plate armor. He doesn't want to put it back on right now, so I think
Okay.
he's like,
Fair enough.
All right, so we're resting. All right, cool.
yeah.
All right, let's have it.
All right.
And you try to move Crags. You do that.
Brrr.
Yeah, he's not moving.
You just haven't known of it.
Mm-mm.
All good, all good. All right, cool. In that case, everybody go ahead and mark off. Well, unless you ate a berry. If you ate a berry, you don't have to mark a ration off.
I ate the berry, even though I didn't say so.
Berry,
There were plenty.
Berry.
One good berry is equal to one amount of food for the day.
Mm-hmm.
One person who can cast good berry is equal to making survival in a campaign not hard.
It's like if one person can cast
why
good berry,
insert-
then that means there's at least 10 people fed.
Yeah.
The ironic
Which
thing
Which
is
why
that
in,
he.
survival campaigns.
The ironic thing is that he has it mostly to be able to help feed himself and Crags, because he doesn't want to have to hunt and kill animals for obvious reasons.
Mhm.
You also get a message, Cambro.
Oh,
I will copy this and send it to you as you receive this privately.
I may
Send
share
it
this
in
with my
Discord.
stream.
You can, or you can read it out loud to everybody
okay.
if you want. It's being delivered to you as a sending spell. I'd like to.
Okay.
I thought it would be fun to give everybody like the option to share what they receive through sending, because technically nobody else hears it. You're the only one that hears it.
Do I know who this is from?
Yes, this is from Baruch. To everybody else would know is
Baruch
the head cleric of your town.
right. He will reply back. Many thanks, Baruch. We are on foot in the snow and ice, trying to find the Uliuk. They may be able to point us to the big iceberg we need to find. Tell Carlin I'm still smiling.
All right. As the rest of you all hear Cambro mumbling this to themselves.
Okay.
All right. So, as you all lay down to rest, the sun does, in fact, slowly shift out of the sky. However, it feels so much later. Like, physically, you're looking outside and you're like, I can see the sun, but man, I feel tired. And when the night comes, it comes quickly. Like, in an instant, it's dark. And it goes pitch black outside of your domes, and then suddenly there's a lot of glowing green, blue, and purplish lights in the sky, just swirling and dancing in ripples in slow motion, and you can see this stretching all across the sky as a fantastic aurora is formed above you. And I'm going to say Master Wei, Arai, and Cambro, you can all see within the rippling waves of light, there are individual motes of flame and light, and they are dancing in the wind as they flow along, following the trail of the lights in the sky.
Oh, that's actually pretty.
By
Yeah,
Bahamut's grace, that's
those we
beautiful.
identified.
If you would like, you can either roll. This would fall under Arcana or Religion.
Okay.
I'll say your enhance ability is still up if you want to Wei.
Okay, sure.
Do we get to roll as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'm also going to quickly do something as well. Wei uses a quick bonus action to do this. He's gonna. Where is it? How do I even do this? Okay, he's just gonna check this out. He's gonna set that, see what he gets, and to see if it's useful. Right now, that's a bardic inspiration, basically. What was my die? Was it a D8? It's D8 right now.
Currently, I believe
Yeah.
it's a D8.
Okay, here you go. What do I get? Is it useful? Useful? 2. Looks at table.
Let's see.
Okay. Well, it's not useful for this, but he'll hold on to it. It was just something visibly a sort of spread of talismans with what seems to be different symbols on them. Suddenly just like fans out and circles and works around Wei, and then they all collapse into one, which he then picks up. He kind of he like sighs. There's like a slight scoff to his sigh, but he stuffs it into his sleeve while he goes back and looks up at the sky and double checks this knowledge of this.
18. All right. Arai and Wei, you both recognize that this is an aurora, of course, but the aurora is in fact a rift that has formed between the material realm, where you guys are, and the Frostfell, which is part of the reason why it's so freaking cold up here. And what you are seeing currently are spirits that are passing in between through the rift, using it as a conduit.
With a deep sigh, Arai goes, well, let's hope they find peace.
Wei looks at the others and tries to see if they seem to have or they have knowledge of what this is, or if they seem to be just mystified.
Pretty.
And if they are just mystified,
He'll look over at
kind of.
Sorry. I was going to say, he's going to look over at Cambro and go, do you know what you're seeing?
Pretty lights. Never seen anything like it before.
Well, yeah, they're pretty lights, but it's the spirits of this world going through. Hopefully they're passing on.
Going through what?
Well, the pretty swirls of colors you see, that's a... best way to say is a door between our plane and theirs.
Cambro looks and squints very, very hard. Oh yeah, I think I see a door. No, that's just a star.
Crags list their heads up. It's like, I don't see a door at all. I think they're lying to you.
Well, I don't. And like with this beast speech, well, I don't know what they're seeing and everything, but we've got to respect what they see. Remember what I told you. That's. I mean, unless they do something dangerous, and so far this is not dangerous.
Crag's
He
flops
gives
his head
Crag's a
down
pat.
on
Craig's a pat on the back of his head.
Were you saying that out loud
Rest-
or secretly to Greg's?
Well, the way that we've been doing it is you're basically just hearing him growl
Okay.
something at Crags, and Crags like growling back, etc. So you guys don't understand it unless somebody's already cast Speak with Animals, which I don't think happened.
No. So you're just growling.
Yep, I'm growling at Crags.
Okay.
He knows something is happening specifically.
Mhm.
All right, he notices this exchange though, and taken from his ability to be a teacher and say exactly what it's about, he joins in by going, "But this is a door." He spawns an image of a door.
Hey, Crags, see, no, that's a door.
I just chuckles a bit.
Very
Yes,
much a door.
I was just trying to make a simpler explanation for it for Cam.
Did you pull that from up there? That's amazing.
I am a master. No. Anyway.
I'm so impressed. And he literally is so impressed because he does not know how magic works.
Whoa.
He'll just keep looking up at the spirits, just watching them.
Did you know about doors up there, Bastion? I didn't. Wow. So pretty.
Hopefully we'll see
Out of
more
character.
beautiful
Seeing
things
the
like this.
Aurora Borealis has been one of my bucket list items, so this is
Mm.
probably
Aw.
about as close as I'm going to get.
Oh,
As you're watching this light show going on, one of the motes starts to float downward towards you, towards your group.
Oh.
As the mote of energy just slowly starts to glow with a greenish blue, almost like a tealish light. And suddenly it grows into a small fire, a little fleck of flame. As it lands on top of the dome, and takes the shape of a little fox, white-furred with little tufts on its tail and ear, as it smacks at the dome with its little paw.
oh,
Tink,
oh.
tink, tink.
Hello?
Wow. Fox fell from
Wei
the
makes
sky.
direct eye contact with this fox.
Well, that's new.
I didn't know foxes could fly.
Normally they don't. And
Should
he'll
I spin a
slowly,
tail?
he'll slowly stand up.
As
Can
it just walks along the top of the dome before curling up and going into a resting position.
okay. So we have a
What a
Fox on the dome
rascal.
now.
It didn't go into the alarm area, did it?
As of yet, no.
Okay.
But it's dangerously close. Like it's like right on the edge of the line.
of course, just like foxes would be.
As it
Clear.
lets out a large yawning squeak of a noise before rolling back into a little ball, and its tail comes dangerously close to where the alarm lies.
Canberra was going to
Bro, can
attempt
you not
to
speak to animals.
Yes, hold on. I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. I'm right now awed by the fact of fox came from sky, landed on magic dome, and curled up. I'm still processing that. Give me a moment. All right, moment's over. Cambro will like stand up and just like knock briefly on the top of like the dome and start yapping and squealing as he speaks in Fox. Hey there, little buddy. What? Hold on, my phone decided it wanted to react to me.
You mean
The
you're
fox
sending
texted you.
Yeah, the phone is texting somebody
Yeah, the Fox
about little
texted
buddy.
you.
Fox texted me. Dang it.
It's Firefox.
It's eating all my cookies. Um. Hey, little buddy. I don't know where you came from, but you got to be real careful. Like right about where you are, there's some alarm magic from Bahamut, and if you cross over that, it's like right there. It'll make a loud sound, and you may be scared. So, also, did you come from the sky? That was really cool.
As it opens one of its eyes and looks down through the dome, which is opaque from the outside, as it seems to look in your direction. And as it says in a kind of a higher pitched, squeakier voice, "You have a terrible accent."
Um. Oh, okay. Um. Sorry.
And you should know better than to put your spells where I'm trying to sleep.
Oh. But you weren't there when I put the spell there, so I don't know how I would have known you would have been there, and you just still came from the sky, and I'm very confused right now.
And yet this is the spot I chose to sleep.
Okay. Good night then. And he just like slumps back down, leaning against Crags, and just like looks ahead a little bit dejectedly.
As the fox looks back down at into the dome and over towards and just smiles at Master Wei in their direction as it
He squints.
jumps up and slides down the side of the dome away from the alarm, and then turns to back towards the dome and calls out in its squeaky voice, "I just needed a place to rest while I was on a mission. Very important, but if you don't want me here, I shall leave then."
I didn't mean to run you off. I just wanted to warn you about this spell. But okay.
As the fox turns back into a little mote of flame and skitters off. I think both Arai and Wei would probably know that that was not an actual fox, but rather a spiritual creature, because you are literally camping underneath a nexus of spiritual energy.
So, Cam, how did it feel talking to a spirit?
Cam doesn't react immediately. He winces a bit, like he's listening to something. But then he shakes his head and says, it was fine. I apparently put the alarm spell close to where he was going to sleep, and I should have known better. And it's kind of, yeah, I should have known better.
That was it?
He bows his head a little bit.
Well, guess not even spirits can predict on where things melee. But at least you had a very interesting opportunity, though. And he'll pat their arm.
Cam kind of forces a smile and nods a little. But depending on what time it is, he'll probably just like curl back up and go back to sleep. Or try to.
As the rest of you watch the light show and then all drift off to sleep.
Oh,
And
quick
that's where we're going to go ahead and
note.
take our... Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Bastion did not look at any of this. He fell asleep immediately like a rock
Missed it
after eating.
completely. Just
He doesn't care. He's a rock when he sleeps.
he heard sleep time and he was like, sweet, and just went
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, I'm done with this.
I was gonna say that while this was happening too, or like shortly afterwards, I would like to spin a tale about fox spirits that he's heard up in the north. I'm like basing it off of the actual like story of the firefox. If you know that story.
I mean, I like that browser.
Isn't it the creature that the nine-tailed fox is based on?
No. Okay, so it's a Finnish mythological creature. Basically, one of the stories of why the aurora borealis occurs is because there's a type of fox called the firefox that zips around the forests of Lapland, and it's so fast and that it creates sparks that fly into the sky and create the aurora. But he's kind of doing like an opposite sort of situation where they come down from the aurora.
It's like
He's
reverse
spinning
osmosis.
this tale. He's doing the storyteller thing of just like sitting down with his instrument and like plucking a simple sort of backing melody, harmony really, to a spoken word story of this.
That's neat. Too bad I was asleep.
Yeah, you don't get to learn anything. It's fine.
Oh no. Anyway. My reaction.
Well, I mean,
Good story,
you know, it be that way sometimes.
Sometimes it just do be.
Break time.
But
Yeah,
I think
break
that would
time.
be
Yay.
yeah, good time to take a break.
Yeah. Good story though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
out
it's a
of
good story.
character, it's a good story. In character.
Fun story.
Good story, bro.
Cool story, bro. Yep. All right. Take care,
Wow.
guys. I'm going to be on break here.
Yep,
Yeah, I
I'm
might whip up
Be right
something.
back.
BRB too.
We will BRB as we do this.
How dare you not know about your world folklore?
Skippity doodah.
And I returned.
Hello.
Hello. I have brought food.
Me too.
You're sounding tired.
I am tired.
Oh. Does fantasy camping make you...
No.
Oh.
I do miss camping. That'd be nice to do again. But no, I'm just... Long day, that's all.
Understandable.
Yep.
Understandable considering the weather and everything.
I made a joke about the weather, but it's not. It's a minor inconvenience in the grand scheme of things.
Unless you work outside.
I don't. I'd die.
I do.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I work outside.
Why do you do that?
Because the last time I was working in an indoor park. That's why.
Hmm.
I'll say a lot of information to keep track on this one.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I have some white cheddar popcorn.
Ooh.
I am eating it.
Sweet.
I got handmade what looks like a indie corn, cream corn, some veggies with a sauce on it, and handmade sausage.
Did you make that sausage? You said it was handmade?
No, my partner did.
Oh, okay.
He cooks more than I do. Because I don't know how to cook.
I don't know. You strike me as a person who can handle sausage pretty well.
Really? Really?
Really? Really?
Yeah, it's not that hard to cook sausage. Let's be frank.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
what I meant.
Lord.
I don't know what you were thinking.
Just shush. You don't need to know what I'm thinking.
Well, I mean, I'm hoping it's a skillet.
Sure. Sure. I'm thinking of a skillet.
Roll a skillet check.
Goddamn, a skillet turned into a mace.
I mean, pretty much.
That'd be very useful, though.
Yeah, just tie it to a stick. There you go.
Yeah. Just swing it around like no one cares.
You know, I don't get a lot of like snack foods at like the dollar store, or I guess now $1.25 store. But this white cheese popcorn is really good.
Oh, nice.
And white cheddar.
Nice.
There are some snack foods that, if presented to me, I will pretty much immediately buy. White cheddar popcorn is like one of them.
Mhm.
The other is the Lay's potato chip flavor of limon. Have you ever had?
Yes, love those. Yes.
Oh my god, those are like crack to me. That's
Same.
delicious.
Same. The moment they're in my hands, they're already gone within like 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, more.
No one can eat just one.
Exactly.
It's amazing how overconsumption is baked into literally the snack food processes that we have. If you think about it, Lay's slogan is no one can eat just one. Pringles is once you pop, you can't stop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's just so much of it is like overconsumption. It's like, gee, no wonder America is like having an obesity issue.
Mm-hmm.
And yet they will try and deny it in every direction. When we know the truth.
The Illuminati.
Apparently my partner and roommate are watching 9 to 5 in the other room.
Oh, the old movie, 9 to 5?
Mm-hmm. Well, Dolly.
Yeah, Lily Tomlin, Dolly Parton, Jane Fonda, and Dabney Coleman, as I recall.
Yep. That's it.
I returned.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
You had the receipt.
I don't think I gathered the receipts. Sorry.
It's
We're
all right,
only
sir.
going to
This
be
is
able
the
to allow
return
you
line
to
with the
use.
receipt.
We're only going to be allowing you to have GM credits. Sorry.
That's okay. I got plenty of that.
We are aware.
Oh, I always liked the idea of the aurora being a rift.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And
Beautiful idea.
I love the idea of the Frostfell being on the other side of the rift.
Yeah.
And the spirits are not necessarily passing to, to the next life or anything, but there are spirits who just travel, and they don't necessarily settle into one plane of existence. Some go from plane to plane.
And then there were some who were dicks.
Okay, the fox
know.
wasn't that bad.
It's a little fox spirit. What did you expect?
Exactly.
Well, I mean, what I expected is exactly what you gave me. What Cambro expected was something completely different.
I know. I love the idea of just being like, well, I didn't know you were going to lay down to sleep here, and yet I'm sleeping here. Like,
Like, duh.
it's like,
How dare you
it's
not
such
check with me?
We've acknowledged the issue. We have acknowledged the issue, and you have not addressed it yet. What is the breakdown here? Oh, but fun. Fun awaits you.
Fun.
Much fun.
Yeah.
Everybody present.
Present and accounted for.
I'm a gift. Thank you very much.
I was going to say, it's not
Passed.
Christmas time. I mean, unless Christmas came early.
We all know the answer to that.
Mm,
If it came early, I don't know why it's so hot here then.
The answer was no. It's not. It's hot as fuck. Okay.
Everybody stay cool out there.
Trying.
Let us
Pay
hang on
attention
to our
your,
delusion.
Pay attention to your local authorities for heat advisories and whatnot. There have been some very dangerous levels of humidity and heat, as we have learned, has been called the wet bulb area, signifying that at that point, sweating does nothing, which is
Oh, God.
terrifying.
Listen,
That's
Texas
terrible.
has been in a heat advisory for the past month.
Right, but here's the thing: is that the idea behind the wet bulb temperature is the idea that if you are at 100% humidity, meaning that there is no more moisture that can go into the air, that means that sweating does nothing because you can't. It doesn't evaporate. It doesn't have anywhere to go, and that's what takes the heat away from you, is the process of the evaporation. So apparently that temperature is much lower than we originally thought. Like, they originally thought that was somewhere around like 95 or 100, and apparently it's much lower. It's closer to like 85. So if it's 100% humidity and it's 85 degrees outside, any amount of time outside can cause significant damage after a certain point. I think it's like a couple of minutes, essentially.
Oh,
So you
joy.
need to stay cooled off, and hydrated helps, but temperature is the key. And I saw this map for like they showed the South, and I'm in Kentucky, so like that the South is some of me is in the South. Let's put it that way. And they show these like black spots where they're basically like, yeah, if you're in this area, stay in the AC or you'll die. And I was just like, holy shit. This is the weirdest dystopia I've ever seen. It's like we don't even get the exciting one. We get the stay inside and put the AC on dystopia. We have dystopia at home. The dystopia at home.
Hey guys,
Oh, you're back.
am I echoing?
Oh, welcome back.
Hey,
Are you?
I don't know why. Just maybe it's this channel. I don't know.
Not to
You
me.
think you're
Seem
echoing.
fine.
I don't know why. Oh, I think it's my headphones. There's like a weird setting where it's like noise canceling. I think that just switched off by accident.
Ah, that might be it.
Maybe. Anyway, I got deaf in myself. Somebody subscribed for a year now, so I'm gonna celebrate.
Woo!
All right. Congrats, Blaze. Honestly, I can't believe it. Thank you for the year, and just being awesome and a fellow Eurovision fan. So, yeah, honestly, it's great to see you here always. And thanks. Now back to the action. And my headphones, for some reason, I'm hearing just echoing with stuff. I think I may have hit a button or something. I got loved. Oh no. But thank you. I was gonna just type out as a message, but since we're on break, good timing. Thanks.
When we brought you into this company, there was an expectation.
Yes, you signed the papers. Now give us the performance. Come on.
The funny thing is that normally it would have kicked itself out of the channel by now. So I think it thinks it's playing music.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Candace, no.
Oh no, Candace, no.
Poor bot. I also figured out what happened. It was the noise canceling. It just turned off. I think I hit it by accident. Oh, it's on.
Ah.
So I was like talking extra loud, and I'm like, why do I? Yeah. Plus, my apartment is, very poorly insulated or soundproofed, as you may know. That one photo.
I mean, so is mine. I have to keep my door slightly open so the cats don't think, oh, shut door. We need to start knocking on it.
I need to see what's beyond.
Scratch.
Yeah.
So I love that, the wonderful, like, I must see what is beyond the great door. And then they get past it and they're like, I have seen what is beyond the great door. I want to see what is beyond the great door. And then they get through the other side again, and they just repeat the process.
Or my cats, they're like, let me in, let me in. I need to know what's on the other side. Oh, it's just this room. Okay. Little cat bastards.
I mean, that's a redundancy sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it honestly thinks it's playing something.
Yeah, it's
Which
still
is weird.
deafened for me.
Well,
Yeah.
no, it should be deafened.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, no music is coming out.
Yeah.
Weird. They had it for a moment.
Nothing. All right. Well, I'll have to find something else entirely. I'm going to go ahead and boot them out of the hall then, since they refuse to work.
Candace, here's your pink slip.
Fired canvas.
Annoying that is. All right. Well, I have some audio on my background going on, and I will provide a link to the music that I'm using for anybody else who wants to use it in the players chat. So there we go.
Okay,
I'm
well,
gonna
let's see if
put that
it'll.
on.
Ooh.
But I'm over it.
Oh,
In the background it goes.
We're fine for now on my stream. I only have one person watching anyway.
You're
don't need
supportive.
music.
You have
Oh,
a
no,
fan
Urban
who's
plates that.
supporting you. Like, that is awesome.
And watch the fan turns out to be Tazel the entire time.
Oh.
Oh, don't knock yourself down.
Oh shoot,
You're
I need to
talking
be
about
watching
my
him.
friend.
Sweetheart, I knock myself down every single day, and I get back up stronger. So don't you worry.
Yeah.
Oh,
I also get smarter and hotter at the nick of time.
we shall find out, shan't we?
We shall.
Shashan, shashan.
Yes, we
Can't
should.
we?
can't you?
Uh,
Hmm.
shall I? I shan't. Shan't I?
I should.
Anyway,
On it goes.
you all gain the benefits of a long rest.
Woo!
All right.
So any spells that you may have you cast or used, you regain those. Any abilities, of course. If you are a preparer of magic, go ahead and prepare your spells for the day. I believe that's only like 2 of you, really. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I'm
imagine.
gonna swap out. I'm gonna swap out something here.
Yeah, I figured you might have a few ideas of things after having encountered some of the landscape now.
Well, he gets his help to prepare tongues again.
Canberra will again
Just in
lend his
case.
assistance.
And Arai will give assistance as well.
All right. Going for tongues again?
Yeah. Just in
All
case.
right.
Normally he'd have his assistants do this, but you know, he doesn't want them to die.
Yeah, that's
Fair enough.
you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
to
Wait,
not-
what?
My
That's
assistant.
fair to not want to put your
Just the
students
assistants.
in danger. You know, just some
Yeah.
randos that you run into and
Yeah.
that might have some, loose connections with.
I really don't want to siphon the souls of my assistants. They're really hard to find, but these guys, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these guys are fine.
Yeah, it's
They'll work.
fine. They'll grow. Souls grow
They've got
back.
big souls. It comes
So-
back. It comes back. It's like a liver.
They're good enough.
My
Big
soul.
question
like
for
entire
the
size of yours.
for the dome casters.
Yeah.
With the snow that has built up on top of your domes, how do you disperse it? Or do you just drop it on everybody?
Well, Ratu will. He has already packed everything up from overnight, and he just pretty much blasts a hole through.
Just
And just takes a step outside and breathes in the cold air.
all right.
Says under his breath, "I hate it here."
How much snow?
I'd say probably about an inch and a half of snow. Not a terrible amount.
Inch and a half of snow. Okay. I mean, it can be. It's brushed away. Seemingly telepathically.
All right. As
It's telepathically brushed away?
So telekinetically. Yes,
Okay.
telepathically. I tell them to
Like,
go away. Get out of
You
here.
tell the snow, no, I want to be on the dome.
You tell
I
those
found these fox
elements-
prints. They're nice. You found sentient snow. How?
Oh my word.
Everywhere.
But as the
Everyone's
the domes drop,
They're all special snowflakes. Okay.
just poof, a little bit of snow. As you're all met with the very cold and crisp air of the Arctics, and now have a little bit more information to go off of.
How long does it take to put on plate armor? Like about 20 minutes, 30 minutes?
Like 10 minutes.
10
Plus
minutes?
10
Okay.
With assistance, right?
Yeah.
10 minutes faster, I believe.
Cambro might ask Bastion if he might lend a hand to
Yeah.
help him get his plate armor on.
Yeah, sure. That's what you hired me for, right?
Appreciate it. What?
That's what you hired me for, right?
I am
Well-
also familiar with the armor of soldiers.
I got this.
Just
While
I
the
appreciate it.
paladin is being tended to, is there any high points nearby? Just small hills, anything that could give a vantage point?
Currently around you, just the ridge of ice that you camped under. However, further off into the distance, there are some more ridges and spikes that appear from the jutting ice, but nothing in your immediate vicinity.
Okay. How much of a climb would it be to get to the top of that ridge that we camped under?
Probably not even like 10 feet up off the ground.
All right.
Maybe
Then,
like 20 at the most.
yeah, then. Okay, just want to confirm one more thing. Is it easy to get up there, or do I actually have to climb to get up there?
It would be a climbing effort involved if you wanted to climb up that way or find a different way up there. But it is not an easy climb, no.
Yeah, Ratu will ponder and look up at this ridge and shake his head.
Obrai will approach from behind Ratu. Are you okay?
Yeah, I was just trying to think of getting to a vantage point, but I don't have the proper equipment to climb, and I know I ain't a climber.
Where you trying to climb up there? And he'll point up at the ridge.
Yeah, just to get a better look around the area.
Out of character, is Ratu about the same like size as Obrai?
Yeah, he's a medium creature. He's a bit taller though.
Okay, making sure. In character, he'll state, well, I have a spell that could help. I mean, if you like.
What is this spell then?
One second.
Catapult.
So, wow.
So pretty much what I can do is I can teleport us up to that ridge if you want. Now you don't have to worry about climbing.
I would also be able to do that. I just didn't think it was worth the effort.
Well, I mean, I can climb as well. I've done a lot of climbing in my youth.
On ice rock walls, or just ice?
Well,
Is there any rock, or is it just ice?
Mostly ice.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
ice is a challenge, yes, but that doesn't mean I can't practice.
No, I don't think it's worth it. We could just split up and take a quick look around, just to make sure we don't have anyone approaching us. I don't expect anyone to be, but
Never hurts to
never
check.
hurts.
I understand.
At this point, is our Bastion and Cambro done putting on Cambro's armor?
I would say so. It would probably take about that much time to get everything clasped in.
Okay. So I turn around and hear that at the end about ice climbing, and I go, do you need somebody to climb up that ice scale? Ice flow?
Ratu turns to look at. Yeah, I don't think we've actually spoken to each other. Who are you again?
Oh. Oh. Yeah, thinking about it. Yeah, I haven't gotten your name either. Name's Bastion. Short for Sebastian, of course. You?
Ratu Marzz, associate
Well-
liaison from the Harpers.
Nice, nice. Part of Order of the Gauntlet and all. That's why I'm here with our buddy Cambro. So, yeah, that's me. Didn't know we're giving last names too. I'll pass.
It's fine by me.
Yeah, I don't know if it makes a difference. I can steal my identity.
Of course not. You never know who could be out there, right?
Right.
Well, if we're all ready, if we're not going to scale up there, if we're all ready, we can move on.
Fine with me.
Then yeah, just if possible, Ratu would make a quick perception check to see if he sees anything alive out there.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Is there...
Is there anything out there?
That was like one of the scariest parts to me in the Titanic movie when they showed like the dude on the boat with like the light and he's just like, is anybody alive out there? And I was just thinking like, do you really want an answer? Like,
true.
it's just a sea of dead bodies. Do you really want to hear a yes out there?
True.
That's like no is the only answer that you want, and even then, that's a bad one.
Just curious.
If something just calls out no, you'd be like, oh fuck.
Oh,
Anyway,
Hey, bro.
Only you.
looking out, all you see is just a sheet of white and blue of just Arctic ice and snow and just clouds in the sky, water in the horizon. It's all just kind of blending together. So you don't really see much of anything beyond just snow and ice.
Gods, this place is worse than the Nine Hells.
can
Do we
Cambro
remember-
use?
Go ahead.
Can Cambro use his to look for animals again via survival? Because that was kind of what we were going with the day before.
You can. It was still in the same direction. Would have been northeast. That was the direction you were headed previously.
Right, but we're looking to encounter the Uliak. So by
Mhm.
looking at and seeing where hunting may have happened, if there's any signs of it, like carrion birds or something like that, then that might.
Okay.
That's what he's going for.
Sure. In that case, yeah, that would be a survival check.
And may I apply guidance before that?
Sure.
Cool.
18's pretty good. What is it with guidance? That
Oh,
that
Mm.
hefty +4 coming in for a
Delicious.
Bahamut
22.
provides.
Yeah. All right. So with a 22, Cam, you look out into the distance, and you don't see quite as many birds as before, but you do see several birds still in the same direction that you were heading previously. It seems that they have petered off a little bit, that they have left. There might be still some there at that same location, but otherwise, it seems that they have moved on to somewhere else.
I see a couple of birds where we were going before. Nothing else is showing up for me, so I say we continue on the direction we were. Unless anyone has any better ideas, I'm all ears.
I'm just following you guys.
Okay, I guess.
Would you like to get a higher look?
How?
I wonder. Have we ever considered a flying bear?
Cambro blinks almost audibly. Flying bear.
Oh, I'm very sorry. I have the means to allow flight for Watson.
Well, I haven't even. Yeah, I've never even thought of the flying. Wow. I guess if you're offering it, it's not going to be too much trouble. I don't know what that does for you to you or anything. I've heard that, well, I do cast some spells and I know that it does take a little out of you. So something like that might be a lot.
Takes nothing from me.
Well, if you're offering, then yeah. Flying.
Do you have the best senses of us all?
I mean, like what? Smelling or like seeing, hearing? I
Sight.
guess.
Most likely.
I don't know. I can see okay, especially when it's dark. I can see really, really good. Kind of like it was the daytime, really. So I good vision at night, but it's daytime, so that doesn't apply. I don't know. Is anybody else really good at looking at stuff? And he's basically asking everybody else.
Who amongst you has the higher of perception, I suppose, would be what you're asking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just trying to do it
Looking
in
into
character.
Yeah.
+4 is mine.
Way is not
Was-
volunteering himself, even though he likely does have the highest perception.
Yeah. You. Alright. Better than me, then, Ratu.
Yeah, perception's not Araya's strong suit.
It's not Cambro's either.
Sounds
it's
like
between
it's either Ratu or Wei.
Dragons must fly.
Fly, you fools.
Well, flying does seem like a neat trick.
I won't trust in you. Sure. So, he spins out his instrument. His large zither from the his case behind him. Something similarly clothed to him. And he goes ahead and okay. And he goes ahead and he strums a sort of airy tune and casts fly upon Ratu. During
As you
this
watch-
time,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, during this time, he also hands Ratu a talisman, which is actually just bardic inspiration. This is a good luck charm, just in case. May the spirits be with you.
Right. And he takes off like Superman.
All right, so you zoop right up into the sky as you are able to fly for the next 10 minutes, 60 feet per round, technically. Well, 120 feet, I guess, if you're dashing. So, pretty darn quick.
Like I said, he Supermaned up. There's a bit of a tremor as you. He wasn't bashful about it at all.
All right. In that case, I'm going to say, as you are zipping about in the air, go ahead and give me a perception check. I'm not going to say with advantage because you are flying in the air and you don't have any like eye protection.
Right.
But I'm not going to dock you anything for being up at a higher vantage point.
He's going to reach a spot where the rest of the group is just barely in view, and then he's going to do the perception check. And your bardic inspiration is a d6, right?
D8.
A d8. Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry, I just came back, but are we, if there is something that Cambro can do to assist, can he cast guidance on Ratu before?
He's already taken off and has gone off to fly away to get his perception. So you cannot cast guidance on him now since he is
Okay.
passed. However, a 21 in perception, thanks to that bardic inspiration.
Indeed.
Very nice. So yes, with a 21, in fact, Ratu, you do see something. You see the remnants of other hunts, what appear to be bones that are along the coast of this landmass that you're on.
Mm-hmm.
And there are several large, like chomps taken out of it. You know, just big old bite marks. And then you can see backing up on an protrusion of ice is what appears to be a person, an individual dressed in furs or leathers, perhaps. Hard to tell from that distance. But they are being backed into a corner by a polar bear.
Okay. Okay. So Ratu will quickly dive back down, stopping just before he touches the ground, and he'll say to the group, I noticed there's remnants of hunts, and he'll point to the direction that he saw it, as well as what looks like to be a hunter who's being cornered by what I could see is a white bear.
Cambro stiffens a little bit at that.
It doesn't look good, so I may.
How
Go
far
on
away? Can we intervene?
Yeah, how far away?
You would be able to get there within a few brief moments at your speed. Everybody else would probably take about a minute of running to get to that location. If everybody was rushing.
He'll explain the distance to the rest of the group, and basically, I can get there a lot quicker. So,
Cambro will jump up on top of Craggs. I'll follow you. You guys
Hold
follow
on.
us when you can. Come on,
All right.
Craggs.
Fly on the wings of the spirits. Swiftly.
he'll nod and takes off, dashes
All right.
towards the hunter.
And Cambro running behind.
Riding on top of Craggs, so that's I think a 40 speed for the bear.
All right. So you're gonna get there just a little bit after. After Ethan's character gets there. Okay.
He actually
we
just puts
will-
his hands behind his back and just forward as he's concentrating and making sure he can continue to fly.
It's tough being the spellcaster, isn't it?
I'm doing my job. I'm being useful.
Look, I am upholding my contract, all right?
I am.
All right.
Oh, that is a big bear.
So,
That
Ratu,
is.
you get there first with Cambro bringing up the rear behind.
Mhm.
Everybody else will be arriving about 2 turns after.
Okay.
As you see this polar bear with blood across its face and through several parts of its fur, as it is looking at this person in the hunting hides and leathers, and looks like they found their last meal for the day.
All right. The blood that's on this polar bear, does it look like its own or from other beings?
Looks like it could be from other things. If it has taken any hits, it doesn't look like it's showing any damage.
Okay. He'll call out to the hunter / huntress, I don't know. Need some help?
As they keep their eyes on the bear and call back in a strange language, I'm going to assume you do not speak the Uliak language.
Not without some magic.
Unless
Okay.
it's common.
And so it appears they don't understand you.
Mhm.
And they are keeping their eye on that bear as it is poised to attack them.
All right. He will fire off.
Can Cambro call out to Ratu before he acts? Oh, when he saw Ratu try to speak to the hunter, can Cambro speak to Ratu real quickly? I don't know
would
what the
say-
timing of this is.
I would say you see them lifting their arm as if they are about to cast something, and you know that
Right.
Ratu is a sorcerer.
Ratu, hold on. Let me see if I can handle this. I would like to cast, real quick, expeditious retreat. And because of Find Steed, it also affects Crags.
Okay.
Let me put out expeditious retreat for you.
Go fast.
Very fast. So the hope is that Crags can carry Cambro to a point where Cambro can dismount and get and interpose between the hunter and the bear.
If you're going to be interacting with the bear, I'm going to say we're going to have to roll initiative.
Okay.
So I think that's where we're at this point, so I think we're going to go ahead and do that. So let's have, we'll start with Ratu and Cam can roll initiative, and then we'll bring everybody in as we go through the order.
Okay.
Nice. It was almost a 4.
Do you
Call
fear?
baloney. I got baloney on that dice.
Lonely.
How dare you? Okay.
That's weird. Why is that like that? It had all of the old, I guess this is technically the first combat, so it did have all the old turn order in there.
Finally.
Echoes of the past.
It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's happening?
There is combat is going to happen.
Well, that's exciting.
You guys are going to be coming into that in a little bit.
Whatever you have planned, do it quick. That's all he says to
Right.
Cambro.
What did you get on your initiative for Ratu?
15.16.
Okay. And do I should have. Here we go. Stat block for a polar bear.
Better than you.
All right, it is actually going to be Cam to lead everybody off. So,
Nice.
Battle of the Bears.
Bears.
stop bears.
Bears. Okay, so since Crags is also now affected by expeditious retreat, can we assume that he would get like to this spot here as part of the movement?
Sorry, where did you click? One more time.
So I was here,
Yes.
and I just wanted to have Crags move me up so that I could just quickly dismount as part of my movement and just interpose.
Yes, that could be done. Yes.
Okay. The action is he is going to fish out one of his good berries. And he is going to talk to the bear. Stop, I know you're hungry. This will feed you. Do not hurt anyone. We do not want to hurt you.
Roll persuasion.
With advantage?
Not with advantage.
Okay.
Oh.
Polar bears are like.
Oh!
There you go.
Oh!
There you go.
Oh! Oh! I
It
needed
has-
that.
It has an opportunity, and it rolled. The NPCs always roll it for advantage in the system, and it got double nat ones, so it fails.
Oh!
Hmm.
As this polar bear is just looking down at you and sniffs at the berry before opening its mouth and letting its tongue loll out and pick it up off of your paw.
Oh,
As it munches down on it. And Krags looks over. They're pretty good.
I love
They're really
Craig.
filling.
There's just sizzling heat coming from Ratu's fingers,
As-
basically, right now.
The polar bear lowers itself down as it tries to like smack at its lips a little bit. Feel full. Still
You
want meat though.
don't make us fight you. We fed you. You may go in peace.
There's food behind you though.
Okay.
As it is not taking any action at the moment. How many good berries did you have left? Because you can only, I believe you can only cast that spell once per day.
I did, but I cast it like yesterday, like before we were going to bed. So I have 3 left by my count.
They only last 24 hours, if I recall. So
Right, but we're like
we're
in the
skirting
morning, right?
edge. Yes, I'm just saying we're skirting the edge a little bit, but
Okay.
so yeah. So it is looking at you, and it is going to hold its action to see if you give it any more food. That'll bring it to Ratu. Ratu, you were seeing this all transpire. What do you do?
Oh. It's not exactly certain what Cambro's plan is. He kind of gets the gist from his short amount of time with him and how he acts around his own bear. There's a twinge of frustration as he holds his action to cast Scorching Ray.
I can't blast.
At at second level. So he's holding the action if the polar bear attacks anything.
Okay. That brings it to the hunter, who is going to start hedging to the side a little bit, but realizing they don't really have anywhere to go because there's another bear. In fact, there's 2 more bears. Their bear problem has tripled
oh.
within the last minute. And
It's a bear jamboree.
So she is just trying to edge her way towards the back of the ledge, away from the bears.
Do I have an attack of
and-
opportunity? I'm just
I mean,
kidding.
if you want.
This
They
is
never
our
see it
kill.
coming. All right. That will bring it to the top of the order. I'm going to say that the rest of you are now within visual distance of this, and you will reach it by next round. You will be on the map.
Okay.
So you see Cambro in
Bear
front
orgy.
of a bear and another bear, his bear. But there's a third unaccounted for bear here.
Oh,
That'll bring
my
it to
turn.
Cambro.
I would like to reach into my backpack and pull out one of my packs of rations with the with like jerky and whatnot. And he will call out to Ratu. I'm trying to feed it, make it go away. Please don't attack it. And to the bear, I say, I have some meat. I give this to you. Leave us, and there will not be any harm. And he offers the jerky.
I would say this was going to fall under It's so weird when normally this would be animal handling, but you can speak to animals, so it actually becomes a persuasion check, which is so bizarre.
I know. This is weird. It's almost like I have.
It's
It's
a
almost
weird
like I high
dynamic.
charisma, and I have proficiency in it.
Yeah, it's a weird dynamic to watch you become the Beastmaster like this.
The beast becomes
This
the
was my
Beastmaster.
dream. I am the Bear Whisperer. Okay, so another persuasion check.
Yep.
15. I mean,
As it rubs its face into the rations, getting a big whiff of them, just its big sniffer, just just all over it. As he lets out a breath. Smells like crap.
Oh,
Oof.
It's like, I want fresh meat. Anything else
I'm
you'd
sorry.
like to do with your...
well, that was my action. So, I would just like to draw real quick my Zweihander. I'm sorry, my friend, but we cannot let you hurt this one. You have one last chance to leave. That's all he can do.
All right.
Unfortunately,
Hmm?
Can Crags like hold like an attack or something if the polar bear goes after Cambro?
You can call out a action to them, yes.
Okay.
As a steed, they typically just dodge if they are not being used as a mount.
Then he'll just dodge.
Okay. So that will bring it to the polar bear's turn, and unfortunately, it is the wild, and fresh meat doesn't just walk in front of you twice in one day. So, unfortunate as it may be, it is its nature, as it is going to try to attack Cambro.
All right.
Does that
First,
trigger?
that would trigger your Scorching Ray if you would want to go ahead and do that. You're casting it at what level?
Second level?
Second?
It's-
Okay.
Yeah, base level for it. First
You
one.
can always upcast if you feel like it, you know? Just want to.
First hit. Or first attack.
Bad.
25 is a hit.
Cool.
Hope it is.
For 6 fire damage. Goodness.
Second. 17.
17 is a hit.
Another 6.
Another 6 fire. Okay.
Consistency.
And the third.
Last one. Look at this guy hitting with all of his scorching rays. Look at that.
Nice.
damn.
Almost a
Seven.
6. that
Solid hits of fire is scorching into its fur. Some of the burn hair smell coming out as it continues on, trying to get its attack in, and it's going to attack Cambro with a that is going to be a 23 to hit.
23 says the.
Yes.
Okay, so what Ratu will see is him like quickly grabbing as a reaction his holy symbol, and this look of what look like platinum dragon wings just briefly shimmering in front of him as he casts shield.
All right. What's that take you up to?
That takes me up to 24.
Oh, okay.
Child, damn.
Nice.
God dang.
As this polar bear tries to bite you and finds no purchase as it tries to rake its claws against you instead. And it is determined as it gets a 25.
That's going through.
Damn.
Yeah, it scrapes against your chest plate, and you are going to take 15 slashing damage.
Oh.
And
Just a
that will
scratch.
bring it to Ratu's turn.
Yay. Let me double check the distance on this, and I'll come back to you in a second.
For some reason, my health bar isn't showing the amount that I lowered myself by. I don't know if that's a thing.
I see it on mine, down to...
Yeah, I'm not seeing it on mine.
Hmm.
It still shows 82. Anyway, that's okay. When I click on it, it says 67. That's good enough.
No, I'm not gonna. Okay.
What are you going to do?
He is going to reposition himself just to the side a little bit here. Take a moment to aim, and we'll cast Lightning Bolt, 3rd level.
Ooh.
All right.
And making sure he doesn't hit any of the allies, obviously.
That is a dex save, yeah.
15 is the DC.
Believe it or not, that is a pass, actually.
Okay.
Barely with a 16, so it's going to take half of this damage, which
Barely.
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 Sorry. Yep.
So that's going to be 16 lightning damage to this. It is a grievous wound, though. It is definitely hurting after that.
Mm-hmm.
As anything else?
Yes. Let me just real quick. Heck. I need to roll a dice real quick to you. Okay.
Okay. For one of your class abilities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or racial ability.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay. One of those. Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing.
Yes. It's
Keep it up,
gonna
kid.
bonus action. Going to get just a bit closer to do a. And I think that's all the movement, and that should be within 15 feet, I believe. Oh yeah. And a fire breath comes out of Ratu.
All right. As a jet of fire, go ahead and roll the damage for that. You can roll the individual dice if you like.
Mm-hmm.
That's a failure on its save as well. So how do you want to kill this poor polar bear?
It's well done.
Okay. After
This saves us from having to cook it.
after lightning erupts from his fingertips, Ratu moves his hands around and seemingly using magic to speed up spells, he executed a fire breath weapon of some sort. Do you have Arcana as a proficiency? I forget. Canberra.
I don't believe I do. No, I don't.
Okay, that I'm going to say you're not going to be able to figure out what kind of spell it could be. So,
Wow.
it just suddenly, just magic fire coming out of his mouth. Woo-wee! As
Wow.
The polar bear goes down. And with that, combat comes to a close.
Dang it.
As the rest of you all can move your token onto the map if you want to, just for a change of scenery. As you all approach after the action has all come to an end.
Ratu will get in Cambro's face. I understand that you have a love for animals, but animals out here aren't to be messed with. Do we understand each other?
I just thought that I didn't need to end an innocent
It made
life.
its choice. You tried. I understand. It's an honorable path you take, but sometimes honor can get you killed.
He winces as he grabs his wounded chest. And as he grabs his chest, there is a glow of platinum light. And he will use his lay on hands to go ahead and heal himself the 16.
Okay.
I need to meditate for a moment.
And as like Ratu is like walking away, Cambro just weakly says, I'm sorry,
Rye's gonna run up. He's slightly distracted at the polar bear. What happened? I'm sorry, what happened?
Cambro seems a little bit like dejected, and it takes a couple of interjections from Arai to snap him out of it. I failed, and Ratu, and he just gestures to the polar bear and winces a little bit. But we saved her. Is it a female or a male?
It is a woman, yes.
But we saved her.
You-
Ratu saved her.
Real quick, just to let you know, Dana.
Yes.
Ratu is ritually casting. Double check. I believe I can right now. Comprehend languages.
Yes.
I'll just throw that out there.
It'll take you about 10 minutes to do so, but yes.
Language machine cooking.
Rye's gonna look at the Huntress and then back at Cam. I'm sure you did all you can to prevent this.
And he looks balefully at the polar bear. Wasn't enough. And he climbs back on to Craggs, and he slowly walks away from the dead polar bear. He doesn't want to look at it anymore.
Arai's gonna look at the polar bear for a moment and fight his urge to want to study it, to join Cam, to keep him company.
As the Huntress is just sitting, wondering what to do now that strangers have approached and seem to have been strong enough to slay a polar bear, and none of them seem to speak their language.
Wei is gonna do something.
I was gonna say, he's gonna see Wei, and he's gonna go,
Mm-hmm.
Wei, was it, can you assist her? Just see what you can do with her, and just
Yeah.
continue following Cam.
Yeah.
And
Oh. Go ahead. Do your thing first.
Alright, Bastion just slowly walks behind while this is happening. He eventually gets there, but, it's slower, but, he's here. Just like thinking, oh, I'm gonna help out just in case.
Okay.
Good job.
Oh yeah, you help her.
Wei actually slowly walked here. He wasn't running at all. He sees this something has unfolded. People look dejected, One is far away. He is kind of ignoring it because there's something more important that needs to happen. And he gets close enough to the huntress. And though he currently does not speak a language shared by her, he projects to her a notion of friendliness. And he reaches out his hand as in like this with the feeling that like she should reach out and meet him.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. I'm gonna say not with disadvantage. We'll just call it straight, because you did just help save her life.
I'm trying to get here. Persuasion, there it is.
Oh, that's zipped.
As she looks at you and focusing on your face, and then back down to your hand, and slowly her hand reaches out and takes yours.
When they are able to make that connection using, thankfully, preparing that, and has tongues on this creature that he just touched.
As you cast tongues, and the spirits exit from you and into her, as one suddenly just glows around her, and in almost an instant she goes from babbling in some strange language to, well, you know, that was really nice of you there to help out with the bear and all. That the real problem there was that that one other guy came in there and he just like tried to talk to it, and I don't know if he's ever really dealt with a bear before, but they don't really like talking that much.
We can all understand you now.
Oh, really? How do you all speak Uliuk then?
No. I have just
Cam.
called upon the spirits to help us communicate.
Oh, gee, that's wild. We've never had the shaman do that or anything.
I am familiar with this concept of shaman. We have a different concept in my land. However, I may be able to speak to your shamans if you have.
Well, I thank you all the same for helping out there. So if are you not going to, you know, rob me or kill me then? I don't really have much. We don't really carry much in the ways of, you know, like precious goods. We trade everything we get with the people that comes to the village.
There is no need for any such uncouth activity. We merely wish to talk. We are here on a different mission, and helping you may help us.
Well, I mean, you helped me already, I'd say. You know, if you need anything, I guess you know, just ask. I'll do what I can.
Of course. I think a better representative is actually the one who tried to talk to the bear.
Oh yeah, let's that one over there. Yeah,
Yes, of course.
I'll just stay next to you if that's all right. As walking with you over towards where the others are. Hey there, bear guy.
This
They
whole
said-
time,
Mhm.
as Bastion and Arai is watching, they can see Cambro's face being like twisted into signs of despair. Kind of like someone's yelling at him. And when someone says, "Hey, bear guy," he breaks out of it, and he like slowly turns his head to the left and doesn't like look at her. I'm sorry for not being strong enough. The one you should thank is over there. And he gestures towards where Ratu is.
Well, I would say something to them, but they're doing some weird jabbering over there in some other language. I don't know what that is, but just seems to be a lot of words over and over again. But they said that somehow you guys understood the Uliak language. So if you have questions, I'm the one to ask, I guess. You know, in exchange for saving my life and all.
More accurately, actually, I am helping you speak a language that we all understand.
I mean, if you all can understand Uliak, that's what matters, right? That's the only language that matters.
Up here, probably. We are on a mission, however, and I believe my companions have more information than I do. Explain what we are doing.
Well, what do you need to know?
Cambro is silent as he is still wincing.
Arai speaks up. We're looking for a certain someone. The sister to my mentor. She apparently was last mentioned to go around here. Looking for a certain iceberg of some sort.
Iceberg? Yeah, there's lots of icebergs around here. They looking for one in particular, though? Well...
We're assuming one that gets visited quite a lot. Like, the last message we heard was something about following the tracks. And the only gestures we have so far was just continuing northeast.
Oh, yeah, No, I know what you guys are talking about. You don't want to go near that. No, that's you don't want to go anywhere near that.
May I request why?
There's the dragon that lived there.
Dragon, you say?
Yeah, there's a big dragon, big white one. Comes in, it likes to freeze the people all the time. Yeah, you don't want to go that place, Oya Vigaton. That place is really bad. You want to go as far away in the other direction from that place.
And which direction would be that place, if you don't mind me asking?
I mean, you know, if you're wanting to go to Oya Vigaton, that's on you. I don't want to go anywhere near it. So, you know, that's not that. You know, my tribe doesn't live near that one. We don't go near that. So, I really don't want to give you, you know, direction, so to speak. Look, if you don't want to go there.
It's very important that we find her, though. For all we know, she could be dead, but we want to be sure. She is... I know she's strong. My mentor tells me constantly. But if she's really near this dragon, we do need to help her, if we can.
Well, even if it wasn't the dragon, you know, if she went there, then the other Ice Hunter tribe there has probably got them. Yeah, they don't like other people.
Other tribe? There's more?
Well, yeah, we're not all one tribe here down here. You know, we got breaks in the lines, of course. You know, there's the real problem that we have. This one tribe is a little bit too protective.
Any turn
Protective
steadily
howl.
protect. Yeah.
Look, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news here. Just that there's a tribe that they aligned themselves with the Old White Death, and they I don't know why they would do that, but they did, and they watch over that iceberg now for them. So if your friend went there, then they're dead.
I must interject, Miss Huntress. Either by, do you have a name? I am Wei.
Or my name's Finn. It's Fin, like the fish Finn.
Very good. Huntress Finn. There are rumblings from the other side of the world that you and your tribe know. And if we are on a mission against this White Death, he may be growing in power soon. So, it would be appreciated if we had as much information as we can get. We may be able to help the peace and safety of your tribe as well.
Agreed.
I would say persuasion with advantage.
Doing this in another window, and I keep losing the window. Here it is. Persuasion, it's so small. Here it is. Okay.
A
You
lot of
can't see
persuasion
the
there.
small. I love my rolls with advantage.
They're great today.
It's fine.
Could have been a 1 and a 2. Count your blessings.
Or 2 ones. Poor bear.
Tazel did have the 1
one
in
and the two
400
situation.
crit miss.
Oh, yep. Crit miss.
That
I
did
did have
happen.
that.
Yeah, I crit missed. Remember the hammer?
Oh, but the double crit miss.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
1 in the 1. Yeah.
When I fail spectacularly.
Go out in style.
As she ponders what you're saying, and seems to take it to heart at the idea of protecting her tribe by helping you interact with this other tribe. That is possible, and it could definitely work. As she nods her head, if you go about northeast here, about another half day's travel over the ice, you'll see it. It's hard to miss. But seriously, you don't want to go there. Only death awaits you there.
We are aware. We will be careful. I do not believe any of us also wish to die. But if our efforts can be used to help more people, more than just us, but all those that may be affected by the growing power of these voracious, we must do so. Out of
I would
duty
say,
and honor.
and I would say at this point, Ratu, your ritual is complete, as you are now comprehending all languages.
Even though it didn't matter now.
Yeah, turn to speak with the huntress, only to find that she's speaking somehow with everybody. And as Wade just sits there looking kind of smug.
Of course.
Dragon one-upsmanship.
I'm a utility caster. Just enjoy the fact that you don't have to deal with it.
Ugh.
But I wanted to be the guy.
come down to the rest of the group. Well, seems like you have everything in order then.
As she turns to see you and does a double take. Oh boy, you look like the one that came up on the ship.
I'm sorry.
He was red though. Yeah, there was another one that looked like you, kind of like, dragony, but on two legs. Came with a bunch of people on a ship, and they headed towards Oyavigaton.
His eyes widen.
That was a while ago, though. I remember seeing that. I haven't seen anybody like that, but here you are, another one right here. How about that?
How long ago? Exactly.
I don't know. Maybe about 2 seasons ago?
Interesting. The people that this red half-dragon, what exactly were they wearing, if you can remember?
Looked like they were wearing like just some black robes, really. I don't really remember anything special about them. They look cold.
He'll draw the symbol for Tiamat that the cult uses into the snow. Did you see any symbols like this on their gear?
I saw that on the half-dragon's shield.
He lets out a curse in Draconic.
What's the curse?
Fuck.
Well, that's some language right there.
Yeah.
Yep, she can hear you.
Yeah. Only her.
So
and
can I.
Lay. The cult already has. Words. The cult already has their hands in whatever village you were talking about. I heard parts of it, not everything.
I don't know about no cult. No, the Old White Death is in charge of that there iceberg. Nobody else.
It's okay. It's really nothing you or your village should concern yourselves with.
Well, that's good, because we haven't.
Speaking of your people, do you interact with that other tribe?
No, absolutely not. Nope, we don't even trade with them. Like, whatever they catch, they can keep.
Have they been aggressive to you?
Only if you get any closer to them. Otherwise, they stay away. And we don't interfere with each other's hunting boats, so...
That is good to know. Even among enemies, there is some honor that you do not interfere with the daily life. And that gives me some gladness. I believe that we have gathered as much information as we can.
Agreed.
Do you need any
fine.
assistance getting back to your village?
I mean, do you got any food? Otherwise, I'm gonna just sit here and just cut up the that polar bear and just take back what I can.
Mm-hmm. With that, he looks back at Cam.
Still no reaction.
Lamenting friend has the ability to give some food. However, I believe that you are also looking to feed your people.
Oh yeah,
Am I correct?
The blubber from that polar bear is gonna go a long way, and I could probably take at least a couple pounds of the meat as well. So I think I'll be the hero of the day, considering all the other people died.
How far must you walk to get back to your village?
As they look up to the sky and then around the surroundings, like, oh, probably take me about a couple hours to get back, but not too bad once I find the boats.
Hmm.
I had to kind
What
of
will
run to
you
get
look?
away from the bears, so I don't really know where the boats are right now.
Oh. What will you? How are you navigating? I only see you looking at the sky. I am very curious.
Well, I do pretty well, and I know where home is. I know where the sun is. I know where how to follow the lights in the sky at night. So yeah, pretty good.
Hmm. I may have to return and ask your shamans of this curious technique.
If you find your way in the village, then yeah, sounds good. I'm gonna get to work on this here polar bear though.
We'll leave you to it.
As they run over and pull out their knives and prepare to go to work. I take it you all leave.
I'm assuming that Ratu doesn't need flight anymore.
I figured that got canceled
okay.
a while ago, yeah.
Oh no, he's been concentrating on it for like the entire thing. But it's only 10 minutes anyways, and your ritual took longer.
Yeah.
He, as a token of grace, Wei also leaves the huntress Finn with a blessing of the spirits, and which is to give her enhanced ability to whatever skill she's using to carve up the bear. So maybe she'll be more successful at, good stuff.
Nice. Very cool.
The prime cut.
As we're leaving the area, Cam is the last to leave, and when basically no one's looking, he takes the last 3 good berries and he just tosses them to the ground and walks away from them, or has Krags walk away from them as he follows behind everyone.
Oh,
As Krags walks next to you and just kind of bumps his head into your side.
And in Bear, he says, "He's right. I'm not strong enough. I'm not strong enough."
Would Ratu be able to understand him if that's still up?
No, because it's not this is a speaking with animals thing, not a language thing.
Spoken
So
language. Okay.
yeah.
Just checking.
all right. We'll pat him on the back lightly.
You could insight perhaps if you wanted to get an
No.
idea, but
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, he's gonna pat him on the back lightly. Hey, cheer up, man.
I'll be okay.
Yeah, I know you'll
It
be,
was-
but
It was a foolish thing to do.
no. I'm sure you did everything you could.
No. No, I should have done more. Let's go.
All right.
Are we all walking together to the point that everyone can kind of hear the conversation?
I mean, I was just staying behind, but not out of earshot. So
Hmm.
The only thing that you guys probably didn't hear was the bear conversation.
Roar, 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 roar.
That's basically it. Like a very deep Peanuts adult, muted trombone thing.
All right, so northeast still.
You should be careful. By the way, for the that conversation, Wei does not pretend to understand, and he will maybe talk about it later. But as a whole, it's probably he believes it to not be such a full conversation.
I'm sorry,
the
you
way
keep
towards-
dropping off on your volume.
Oh, really?
It's
Yeah.
kind of hard
Oh,
to
wow.
hear what you're saying on some of the ends of your sentences.
Okay,
There we go.
let me try to fix this. Okay, so Wei does not pretend to understand the context of the conversation because he also was like really slow at getting there. However, he realizes that there's a lot of anguish, and he might talk to Cam later, or even his bear. But he also considers that it is not that useful to have this conversation while they are potentially walking towards enemies. So he's keeping a lookout, now knowing a little bit more about the situation of the land and the people.
All right. So, as you all go ahead and move forward, if I could get, we're going to get some Constitution saves at advantage since you're all wearing winter gear.
Cool.
Woo, 20.
Oh, at advantage?
At advantage, yep.
Constitution save.
Wow.
Oh no.
Nice!
It's okay. Look, I'm useful in everything that isn't saving myself.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Unfortunately, for Wei, Cam just squeaked by with that 10. As you unfortunately are going to start feeling the effects of the cold, even through the winter gear. You have 1 level of exhaustion, so you will have disadvantage on all of your checks moving forward.
Yay! Waylet's people know that he's being hit a little bit by the cold, and it might be prudent to rest. Or at least find shelter. Until he can feel his fingers again. Fingies.
As you
Cam-
are...
Cam,
Oh, go ahead.
Cam finally speaks up after a long silence. Do you need to ride Crags? I'm sure you won't mind.
Is he warm?
He's got
I think I
fur,
need
so
some
yeah.
warmth right now.
Well,
Would
it's
be-
just that you don't have to.
That would be
I mean-
useful, please.
He'll turn to Crags and say, "Would you mind carrying him for a while, buddy?"
I don't mind. He looks lighter. No offense.
No offense taken. And he manages to smile a little bit the first time since the polar bear. He nods to Wei.
He nods
He just
back.
straps on the snowshoes and starts walking with everyone else.
Where do I tally how much exhaustion on this sheet?
Just keep it. There is no marker for it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, just you can keep a marker for it. I
good.
typically try not to let people get too high in exhaustion, so
it's a slippery slope sort of
it
mechanic.
can get dangerous very quickly.
Yeah.
Very
I've
nice.
seen it. With a way on Crags, you're all able to keep up a normal pace. As moving forward, you come across a very interesting sight. As you suddenly see, stepping over a ridge of ice that down below in a what looks to be like a protrusion of ice that has started to freeze over is a broken, battered ship. Not the Eldrath Veluthra ship that you had seen Poi going after, though that would be amazing.
Oh my god.
That would be crazy, wouldn't it?
What a story.
Then I would say Arai would recognize one symbol on the tattered sail. And it is a symbol that you've seen on one of the spell books for your mentor. It appears that this is the Arcane Brotherhood ship.
Realizing the symbol, he'll turn to the others and go, "Everyone, let's go. This ship can be our shelter for a moment. Gives us a time of rest."
Remember the last time we
Alright.
stole a ship?
Okay, we're not stealing. First off, it doesn't look like it has anywhere to go.
I'm just messing with you. Jeez. Show some levity.
He'll
That
blush a bit.
sounds like a great idea. I am freezing. I think my clothes somehow got wet.
Well, one
Guess so.
thing is we can actually make a fire here.
Yeah, there
That's
should
true.
be
There's
materials.
plenty of wood.
Yeah, there should be
Alright.
materials. Let's get in.
Everybody, go ahead and give me a either perception or investigation to look it over as you get closer.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sick
Normal.
disadvantage. Here we go.
With that disadvantage.
You better give me two 20s.
9.
Oh, I still had.
Look at
Okay,
that.
done.
Look at that. Look at that flex right there with that disadvantage 16.
Perception. Cool.
Nice.
So, as you all are walking into the busted ship, you can see that this ship has been iced over for at the least a couple of months, and has been in this position for quite some time. Looking through it, you can even see where there is signs of creatures that have ripped apart the side of the vessel. Somebody did roll investigation. Who did? Arai did.
I did.
Arai with a 16 investigation. As you start kind of putting all the pieces together, you get the feeling that this boat did crash, and it was attacked, but not by people. It was definitely attacked by something not people. And judging by the size of the claw marks, they're not dragons. They're definitely smaller than dragons, but they're still bigger than people. So, as far as where the crew is, that might explain a few things.
Well, that's concerning, as he says as he tries to connect all of it. Is there like a entryway to like the lower decks, towards where maybe the captain quarters would be, if it's that type of ship?
Well, the ship in the condition it is in is broken, with several large openings that you can just literally walk in from outside. However, there are some stairs, bridges that you could walk up and explore if you wanted to actually go and explore through all of the rooms and such.
He'll turn to the others and go, "Find a place to hunker down and start getting warm up. I'm gonna look around."
That sounds like a splendid idea.
Cambro will start grabbing some loose planks and making a fire with produce flame.
Ratu
I
will
would
assist.
say that you would know that there is a spot where there has been a ripped open from either magic or some other uh, uh, force, a large gaping hole in the ship, but inside is dry and shielded from the wind. And there is still an opening that you could build a fire, and the smoke would go up and out instead of filling up the shelter.
And not catch the rest of it on fire?
Yep, it'd
Like a
be
fire
far enough
pit?
away. Yep, it would be.
Okay.
It could be made into a fire pit pretty easily. Yeah.
Canberra will work on that then.
Ratu will help.
Need some wood?
When
Yeah, if you can grab a couple loose planks. that'd be
On it.
helpful, thanks.
Yep, sure thing.
when that fire is complete, Wei will call everyone over and like quick ritual, a tiny hut. And by quick ritual, I mean he'll just cast it for a minute.
Yeah.
He wants to get out of that cold right now.
There you go. As
I am not delaying this anymore.
No.
as you are all inside of the tiny hut now, even if it is only for a short while, it is still protecting you from the elements. Let's see.
Rise exploring.
Bastion is able to rip some wood planks off, probably by hand. Just crack it off and hand it over to the fire people.
Here. One plank.
Thank you.
Buenos Arai is really trying to explore this ship, right? 'Cause
He is.
announced it.
Arai has left to go and explore the ship. Yes.
Oh, did he not stay for like the minute?
No.
I would assume not. He
Not
already
at all?
left.
Okay. Okay.
But like we said, you can amend, I think.
So, Arai,
Yes.
going to explore into the ship.
Yes.
All right.
Or at least what
Go
areas are
ahead.
not completely destroyed.
That's not gonna cover a lot of spots.
At least it's something.
As you are walking through this ship and carefully stepping over spots where ice has broken through the hull, where ice is starting to form along the exposed areas, and you're starting to piece together a little bit of what happened. From what you can gather, looking at the evidence around you, kind of painting a picture in your head.
Mhm.
This ship was likely out at sea among the moving ice before it was attacked by some kind of a sea creature. And in their attempt to try to get away from that sea creature, it looks like they may have breached onto the ice. That would still leave some explanation as to how the ship got so far up into the ice, but chances are it may have receded. The water may have receded. Perhaps the ice itself has broken clear and broken away at this point. But it does seem that when this ship got to this point, it was pretty much done. Like, it was destroyed, completely unsalvageable.
Alright.
And as you move further into the ship, go ahead and give me a another investigation check.
Alright. 27.
All right. As you are moving through, even though it's slightly tilted, you're able to walk along the floors, using your cat's claws to help keep your balance.
Meow.
As you come across a room that does have a plate across the front. As you wipe the frost and ice off of the plate, and it says, Macath the Crimson.
He will read the name over and realize it's hers before attempting to open the door.
All right. As you open the door, it is unlocked, and push it in. It is pitch black inside. So you have dark vision, I believe, so you can see shapes, but that's about it.
Yeah. Is he also far enough away from the others?
At this point, you're pretty much separated from everybody.
Alright, with that, he's gonna open up the little pouch on his hip and bring out his little companion. A little skeletal lizard that he's been carried around with him the entire time.
As you hear some clicking and clacking and high-pitched popping as your skeletal familiar comes out and rests on your shoulder.
Hey, time. Sorry about all that. Are you doing better? Are you doing good? Making sure that
It
they're
looks
okay.
it looks at you blankly with no eyes.
Is it a slow turn with that? And just, like, really?
He'll give him a little pet on their skull head. Can my familiar actually assist me when it comes to searches?
They can give you the help action, yes.
Alright. So, what do we see with our dark vision? What kind of shapes are we looking at?
There are several drawers filled with what looks like could be scrolls, papers, books. There are also several bookshelves with various tomes about. A desk with lots of papers sprawled about and a spilled bottle of ink, as well as a missing quill. There is a bed that is disheveled and basically looks like it's been ripped apart. And then there is a chamber pot that has not been touched by anybody for quite some time.
He's gonna head over to the desk first to check to see if there's any like important documents or scrolls of what she was possibly last looking at.
You cannot see in detail
Hmm.
because it is dark. You
Then
cannot
he'll-
see in detail without light.
Alright. Then he's gonna go into his bag, pull out a torch and a tinderbox, and light it.
All right. As you light up the torch and start looking through some of the papers, and you can see that there is a lot of paperwork regarding the Drakehorn. As you are fumbling through, you hear the sound of something moving from the bed. As lifting up with several of the furs that are on the bed slaked over them. As you see... Hold on, let me...
Oh no.
Exploring alone.
It's so wonderful. It's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody should do it.
Never split the party.
Unless you have a good reason.
Looking for the... Here we go.
Macath, we didn't mean to wake you up.
Oh, that's a nice look you got with the white hair and everything. You look nice.
Yeah.
Looks frozen.
Oops, that's not the right thing. Why do you do this to me?
Because reasons.
Oh, because they're lazy and they didn't give me. So, it looks...
Mhm.
All right. So jumping out of the furs is something that looks very much like a troll, but with blue skin instead of green skin, and
Oh.
frost throughout its beard and its hair, as it just looks over, blinking with sleepy eyes. And that's where we're going to end the session.
Jump scare!
Oh, introducing. I'm introducing time, and this is what we get. Ah. Okay.
Interesting.
Things are about to go awry.
Oh,
One
I will
of
have
us.
to.
you're fired.
Get, I will have to get a specific image for them because a troll would not be. They're described as close to a troll, but they don't look like a troll. So I didn't want
Oh.
to just use the image.
No, understandable.
But yes, so that is what you're going to be dealing with next time.
Oh,
Cool.
yay.
On R.A. Ghoul Z.
Really?
Like how
Yes.
you decided to go exploring on your own. That was your choice. So
This is
No, I'm not about the
Ratu
jokes.
will give you talking to next. Don't worry.
Yep. just these things, they happen, right?
Yeah, they happen. I'm not mad or anything. Just they happen.
It's that whole like, oops, and then I oop.
Admittedly, you weren't expecting anybody to be sleeping down here.
Yeah.
All right.
I got some plans. I can think around this.
Little bit of combat, little bit of building, but now you guys are in for a big, a nice big combat, I think.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Possibly
Possibly.
We shall see.
Maybe.
in 2 weeks' time.
Yay.
Oh boy!
So long.
So thank you everybody for stopping in, and thank you players for playing along today. Hey. And
Thank you
taking
for
your
running
Thank
it.
you.
Appropriately, when you got embarrassed a little bit, as sometimes it happens.
Sorry.
Hey, life goes on.
It's all part of the game, man.
We got to see the Aurora Borealis.
Of souls.
Yes. That made it better.
Aurora Solia.
Indeed. Fun stuff.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
time. Bad timing.
Oh,
Bad timing. Oh.
Come
sorry,
on.
buddy.
Nah, it's not
That's
your fault.
okay though. All right.
I'm just making
Well, I guess we'll go ahead and end it here, and we will see you all next time. And I am looking forward to seeing how Arai gets himself out of this one.
This will be fun.
I got plenty
No,
of
no, no,
options.
no, no.
Hijinks ensue.
It'll be one hell of a ride.
Why do we have two
Hey,
characters with
how
such
many
good
bear
pun
puns
names?
am I gonna have to endure? Eat it.
I don't wanna.
Nom, 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 nom. All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you
everyone.
again. You all have a lovely night.
Y'all as well.
You too. Bye.
Have a good one.
And off I go. Alright, so I am out of the call, but this time you hear the music because I am playing Adrian Von Ziegler's music in the background. Once again, we mentioned at the beginning of the episode, but always good to give credit again. He has done, basically, allows us to use this like copyright free just as long as we credit his name in our videos and whatnot. So, yeah, thank you for giving us some good fantasy music. Wasn't sure about figuring out the theming, so that's why I kind of bounced back and forth at one point, but this is good for now. Anyway, it might be a bit loud, but oh well. So, let's see who we're gonna raid today. This is the part of the episode where it's like, this is the final bit, but I also need to make sure that my stream deck is... Yep. Stream deck is good, so... I think for our raid message, we're going to be very basic with the raid message again. So, as always, greetings from Dorglandia. Who is live tonight? 24 people. Alright. So, who do I have that we know? Folks! I have a very obvious one. Just gonna make sure there are no close competitors. Guess who we're raiding? A certain, oh my god. I just saw one of their redeems. I can't believe they added that to the redeem. But when we raid, I'm also gonna do a certain redeem, so nobody else do it. Alright, but we are raiding Rack Hudson, so let's get this going. Watch somebody do it right before I do it, so here we go. Raid. And I need to copy this message too. Alright folks, so it's always a pleasure to, entertain y'all and just, have some chill time to have fun and show you the D&D world. So, that timer's ticking fast. So, as always folks, thank you for entertaining me, and thank you for letting me entertain you. Until next time,